Hi everyone, and welcome to our Growers Direct Sale. Now, this is a very, very exciting thing we're doing at Hello Hello Plants that we haven't really seen any other nursery do. Basically, we have such close connections with our growers, which are here in Victoria, that we went and visited them directly and negotiated some really incredible deals that we can pass on to you. We see Melbourne as having, especially Victoria, as having such a vibrant horticultural industry. And we really want to promote that and celebrate that and just how incredible it is. And obviously we love all things plants, and we assume you do as well. But you know what we love more than plants, and we're sure you do as well, our plant deals. So we have some pretty incredible deals for you today. And if you were lucky enough to be here last week, we did 50 plants. But this week we're doing 100, which is double the amount obviously that we did last week. So we're very excited. How are you feeling about all this, Chris?
Really good. I actually started helping my dad in his nursery when I could walk, and so I've really spent a lifetime working in the Victorian horticultural industry, doing everything from propagating plants, selling, delivering, and so basically I've had a lifetime in those fields and I love the industry, and this is the best opportunity I've ever had to really present the fields of stock, the things that I see as part of the industry, the behind the scenes area, and now we can actually make that available to the public and give you the sort of access that I've got. So I'm really proud to be able to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to be here to make sure everything's running smoothly. So if you have any problems, if maybe you can't hear the audio quite well enough, just comment it below. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the comments, and we'll make sure that everything sounds good, looks good, all of that. Now we have a lot to get through, so we're gonna jump straight in and make sure you stay around. And how you get these incredible deals is 3 different ways. You can call us up, you can come in store, we're in Campbellfield, or you can go to our website, go to Chris's blog, and the most recent article is the Growers Direct Flash Sale, and all the deals will be there. So 3 ways to do it. If you have any questions, anything at all, comment them, and let's get right into it. We're starting off with English box.
Right, now the most popular plant in Melbourne is the English box. Melbourne people love English box, and with good reason. It's easy to grow, it's very low maintenance, it doesn't have a terribly high water requirement. And with these English box that we've got here, we're going to start you off with some small size English box, but they're still good gutsy plants. And I think if you wanted to make a beautiful little English box hedge or border, these ones here are going to take you about 2 years to make a beautiful little border, and it's going to cost you less than any other box that you could possibly get. These ones here, normally $2.99. We've got a couple of hundred of them available for $2.29 each, and you see they're a nice gutsy little plant. They'll look good in a year, and you'll have a good hedge in 2 years, and they're $2.29, and there's only a couple of hundred available. And English box really popular. The nurserymen have hundreds of thousands in their fields. They sell a couple of million every year. So English box, a great plant with good reason in Victoria. So that's your 3-inch English box, $2.29, a couple of hundred available. Now, not everybody can wait 2 years for a hedge. So if you want to wait 15 minutes for your hedge, you've got these fellas here. Okay, you've got these fellas here, and these are 8-inch pot English box. Now, most stores should pay well over $20 each for 8-inch English box. These ones here are $9.99, and basically pop these in, give them a clip, and with a spring growth, you'll have a fabulous English box hedge. So if you don't want to wait and you don't want to spend big bucks, $9.99 for 8-inch pot English box.
Amazing. Who doesn't love English box? It's a Melbourne classic. All right, we're going on now next to a very beautiful plant that we actually did some content on recently.
Yeah, we've done now this is one of my favorite plants, and you see these on the most difficult gardens and the most difficult sites, looking really delicate and beautiful. They have beautiful mauve flowers, and tough as tough, and really you could plant these and really almost never water them, almost never do anything. It's called society garlic, and it's not the common society garlic, it's the variegated. And the variegated, even when it's not in flower. It looks really pretty just with those stripes on the leaf. So really, really pretty plant. And normally most nurseries would be paying $15-16 each for them. These ones here, we've got over 100 available, and they're $8.99. So $8.99, and that way you can afford to put a border. If I was making a border of these, I would plant 3 per metre, and you'll have a beautiful thick bushy border within 12 months. So 3 per metre, $8.99. So great value there. Okay, so
next one we're doing is Pandorea Lady Di.
Yeah,
very beautiful white flowers.
Yeah. Now, Lady Di, this is something I use very often in my garden designs, and the reason being is that first of all, it covers, like a lot of climbers are deciduous. A lot of climbers only flower for 1 or 2 or 3 weeks of the year. Your Lady Di flowers for 5 months of the year, and unfortunately, there you have to look at the label there. Lovely big white flowers on it. Sort of sporadic, it doesn't ever get covered in flowers, but beautiful lush green foliage and brilliant white flowers. Looks really, really classic and classy, but the flowers last for about 5 months of the year. So if you're looking to cover a fence, cover a shed, cover a building, cover over the top of a pergola, and you want evergreen, you want white flowers, and you want long flowering, Lady Di, Pandorea Lady Di, you cannot beat it. Now these are normally $39.99. Right now they're $27.50. Nice size plants in an 8-inch pot, ready to cover up whatever you want. $27.50. So really good buying at $27.50.
And if you want these incredible deals, just reminding you, you can either come in store, you can call, or you can go to Chris's blog, where the most recent article is Growers Direct Flash Sale. Super easy to do it, and we are going to be running that for maybe a couple of days afterwards, but if you want to definitely get these deals, you want to get them now.
Okay, now here we've got a botanical wonder. Everybody loves it. Springtime, the wisterias bloom and covered in beautiful fragrant mauve or purpley blooms, and that's wonderful. But here's something even more wonderful. This gives you this fabulous spring flowering, and then throughout late spring and summer and right into the autumn, it's a repeat flower. So if you're doing a pergola or you've got an outdoor entertaining area and you want a beautiful show in spring, and then you want wisteria's cascading flowers all through the summer and into the autumn, and they give off a beautiful mild fragrance, you can't beat this one here. It's called Amethyst Falls. Now we've got them in here. How much of the Amethyst Falls are? Amethyst Falls normally $49.99. They're $32.99. So really, this is a very rare and special wisteria. $32.99, and it's famous for repeat flowering. It's the only one that really reliably does the repeat flowering. So Amethyst Falls reduced from $49.99 to $32.99. Great buying. Nice 38-inch pot. Cover your pergola in no time.
Amazing. Then we got another wisteria, another very, very beautiful variety.
Now I'll tell you a funny story. What happened years ago, I bought a collection of all different coloured wisterias in from overseas, and I thought I would discover the best wisteria, and I thought it'd be something really exotic. It'd be a Japanese one. There's amazing different wisterias all over the world. But anyway, what happened was I planted a whole collection of them in my garden, different pink ones, all different colours, and I grew them for 4 or 5 years. And after 4 or 5 years, I decided the best wisteria in the world for a spring show is your Chinese wisteria. That's the common one that you find all around Melbourne. And the reason why the Chinese one is just absolutely fabulous is that all of the other varieties tend to flower with the leaves. So the spring foliage comes and then the flowers come, and the flowers are lost in the foliage. The Chinese wisteria flowers naked. It flowers just with no leaves whatsoever, covered in beautiful blue flowers, lots and lots of flowers, fabulous fragrance, and we've got them here. The Chinese one is available here.
$31.99.
$31.99. And really good buying, and they're nice strong plants. They'll cover your pergola in no time. Fabulous spring flowers.
Amazing. I'm going to move on to the next one, which is a classic Melbourne falling snow weeping cherry. Yeah. Everyone loves a weeping cherry.
So for many, many years, our nursery's been the leading seller of weeping cherries. We've got a number of growers growing them for us. These are particularly nice quality. These are the falling snow. Falling snow is the weeping cherry. If you want to grow one in a pot, or you want to grow it in a small garden bed, you want it just to cascade down, fabulous spring blossom. These will blossom beautifully this spring, And instead of $129.99, and that's mostly you can't get a weeping cherry anywhere for under $100, these ones are $69.99, and they're not freshly potted or freshly grown. Beautiful thick stem, lovely full head, and $69.99, ready for a pot, ready for your garden, and ready for blossom this spring.
How crazy is that?
It's called Falling Snow.
So for anyone who has just joined recently, what we're doing here is a sale directly from our growers where we have gotten prices like you've never seen before. So if you're doing your garden on a budget, you're going to want to tune in. You're going to want to see what's happening because these are deals like you've never seen before. Moving on to the next one, we got a Grevillea.
Okay, now lots of people are sad because they're doing a native garden and they don't have like the joy of a weeping cherry or a weeping maple, but we have native now what this is a Grevillea. It's called Gaura Pink. It has beautiful red sort of bottle brush style flowers, lovely foliage, and it'll cascade down to the ground just like it's going to cascade down just like a weeping cherry, and it's going to be evergreen. It's going to look good all year round, beautiful red flowers, and instead of paying $200 you're paying $179.99. Really great value, really a botanical wonder, a beautiful weeping grafted Gaura Pink Grevillea, very, very hardy, planted in the garden, and make it the centerpiece of your Australian native garden, a really special centerpiece. Put it at the entrance to the garden, put it in the main feature position. Gaura Pink, $179.99, a great buy.
And just to hit home how good that is, that's over $100 you're saving on what the normal price is. So if you're currently doing a native garden or you just want a bit of a native spark to your garden, very, very good plant to be getting. All right, let's go on to a classic, a Japanese maple.
Okay, what I find that almost everybody loves Japanese maples. Japanese maples grow quickly, they're hardy, but they don't get too big, they don't have terrible roots. So if you've got a balcony, if you've got a courtyard, you've got an area where you need a small tree, maybe it's a shady corner. These do well in a shady corner. It's a difficult little spot or something like that, and you want a beautiful, hardy, lovely, luscious tree with fabulous green foliage, and then red, yellow, orange, and gold autumn colour in the autumn. We've got these ones here, and they've been reduced to $16.99. So a Japanese maple, a real Japanese maple in the garden for $16.99. They're about a metre tall. Really good start, so plant these in the garden, and in a couple of years you'll have a beautiful small, beautiful Japanese style autumn colour tree.
I see a couple new people have joined us, and I just want to welcome you to our growers sale. It's a very, very exciting thing we're doing where we have deals like you've never seen before because of our close relationship with our growers. Just take a look at that amazing specimen. You would not believe the price on this one, Chris. Tell us about it.
Okay, this is a Senkaki Maple. Now, a mate of mine told me he was in one of those big stores that sell lots of plants. We won't mention any names. And he saw them not quite as nice as these ones here, and they were $400 each. But luckily, if you come down here, we sell beautiful big, this is a Senkaki Maple. This is the one that has fabulous pink, yellow, and orange autumn colour. It has amazing, brilliant red stems. So even when it's naked in the middle of winter, amazing crimson coloured stems. It's a beautiful small tree. It's probably one of the most popular maples you can get. And you can, in a small garden, you can just, this will carry the garden. It'll be a centerpiece. Now, normally we're pretty cheap. We're not $400 on one of these. We're $2.99. But if at a grower's flash sale, hang on, I think my glasses aren't working. It's
$169.99.
$169.99.
Yeah.
I thought my eyes weren't working properly. But it's down to, so instead of paying $400, you can come down here on a normal day, pay $300, but they're $169.99, which looks like a kind of might be a mistake. A wholesale price is that, but $169.99. They're well over 2 meters tall. I'm 1.8 and they're way over my head. Beautiful and bushy, lovely trees. You know, trees like this would be 4 or 5 years old already. So 4 or 5 year old tree, not $400, $169.99.
How insane is that? So if you want to have an instant impact in the garden, you can literally get it for $170. That's unheard of, especially for a maple. All right, we got another maple up. Tell me about it, Chris.
Okay, so if you wanted to have say you've got a little tiny garden bed, a little special garden bed, you want something that you could keep weight 1.5 meters or 1.8 meters tall, or maybe you've got a big pot on a balcony and maybe you live up 10 stories and you want to have the joys of a Japanese garden. Here it is. This is Shania Beautiful red in purpley red in spring, red in the summer, just as you see here. Amazing crimson autumn color. It gets very dense and bushy as it gets older. But this is the if you want a beautiful, colorful Japanese maple in a pot that never gets too big, or you want a beautiful Japanese maple in a little tiny garden, this is your Shania, and this could easily be kept at 1.5 to 1.8 meters for the rest of its life, and color for fabulous color for 9 months of the year. Shania Maple. Now your Shania Maple, normally $129.99. These are they're a grafted maple, they're a couple of years old, and they're $69.99. Quite a rare and beautiful maple for a rare and beautiful price of $69.99.
Exactly, can't get really much better than that.
Yeah.
If you have just joined, remember you can grab these amazing deals online at Chris's blog, the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
Now, if you go to Japan and have a look at classic Japanese gardens, you will not find a classic Japanese garden that hasn't got a beautiful pine tree in it. And the Japanese, their favorite pine tree, you can see these little white candles, which is the giveaway of what it is. Their favorite pine tree is a Japanese black pine, #1 pine. It's an all-time classic for a Japanese garden. So if you want to get, maybe you want to grow it in a pot, maybe you want to grow it in the garden, maybe you want to do a sort of a modern Japanese garden or a classic Japanese garden, and this one here is the one to get. It's called Yatsubusa, and your Yatsubusa is it's a smaller growing, naturally more compact one, very, very easy to make into a compact tree. Keep it in a pot, keep it in your Japanese garden. So Yatsubusa, the ultimate black Japanese pine to give you a classic Japanese pot plant or a Japanese garden. Yatsubusa black pine, a real Japanese all-time classic. Now these ones here are normally $200 each, and they've been reduced to $129.99. They're already 4 or 5 years old, and $129.99. Beautiful, small, easy to look after Japanese black pine called Yatsubusa, and $129.99. And there's only 4 of them available.
4 of them, so if you want to get this, especially for this great price, you're going to want to get in quick.
Now we're looking at a bit of hedging here. Now I was shocked. The grower wanted to clear out quite a heap of these. Now these are normally hard to get. This is your sublime lily pilly. Now what it is, in Melbourne there's a bug going around eating the lily pillies, but it doesn't eat sublime. You've seen not a single hole. So this is if you want to have, and also most lily pillies have red new growth. The great selling feature of this one here is, well actually it's got a lot of selling features. First of all, your sublime is frost hardy. It's bug hardy. There's no bugs that we know of that eat it. And then last of all, it doesn't have those purple or red tips that most lily pillies have. What you have is soft green new growth and deeper green old growth. And normally in an 8-inch pot for something this size here, you'd expect to pay $39.99. And we've got them for $19.99. So $19.99, definitely half price, beautiful stock, $19.99. So if you need a hedge, I'd plant these 1 to 1.2 meters apart. At $19.99, you can make quite a nice hedge very, very cheaply. And if you live in a cold, frosty spot, if you live anywhere in Melbourne where the bugs are getting around eating the lily pillies, here's the one that the bugs aren't going to eat. And this is going to give you that beautiful, classy two-tone green look. And only $19.99, and you've got sublime lily pilly, and you've got 30 available. So
amazing. I just want to let everyone know that our website is currently down. Don't stress, you can still get these incredible deals. All you need to do is either call us up or you can come and visit us in store at the nursery, and you can still get these amazing deals. We are working on it in the background, trying to get it back up. I guess too many of you love these deals and maybe flooded the website. So don't stress, we're working on it. But in the meantime, just take out a notepad, get your pen, and just write down what other plants that you're loving the sound of. And we will get this website fixed in the meantime. But let's keep going on to the next one.
Okay, so here we've got, I would normally expect retail to pay well over $100, maybe $130 for a 5 or 6 foot Sesanqua Camellia. Now the beauty of your Sesanqua Camellia is they're going to be covered in flowers in another few weeks, and they're going to flower right into the dead of winter. And this one here is called Jennifer Susan, and these are normally $69.99 for a 10-inch pot, and these are extra big, so they're sort of pretty much up into the $100 category, and they're only $50. Now they're probably A lot of people are selling houses or doing up properties and to put on the market, and they need big evergreens cheap. This is probably the best big evergreen deal in Melbourne. So if you're doing up a property to sell, or if you've got a shady side to the house, at $49.99, 6 foot Sesanqua camellias, and they'll be flowering in a couple of weeks. So if you're putting something on the market, you need a big evergreen, you need to hide something, you need something 6 foot for under $50. Here it is, 49, reduced from $69.99 to $49.99. We have 30 of these available, so a number of people can do a beautiful screen. But also with the Sesanquas, they're very nice to put into a pot. So you can put that into a big pot, you can put it as a specimen in the garden, or you can use them as a hedge, you can use them as a screen. At $49.99, you can't go wrong.
Kathy would like to know, will they grow in Broken Hill?
What to grow in Broken Hill?
Could you maybe give us which country that's in, Kathy?
Broken Hill's out in the middle of New South Wales. Okay. I think we could pick out. What we'll do is can we send her a couple of we'll make a little mini list from our sale and send it to her.
If you can DM us privately, Kathy, then we will have, just because once the live is over, your comments and everything disappears. If you can actually privately message us on TikTok, we could look at giving you a list of plants from the sale that will work in Broken Hill.
Yeah, and we could do that for anybody. So if anybody, say somebody wants a Japanese garden and they live in Thomastown even, whatever, we can say, look, what will I put in from your sale, what can we do for my Japanese garden, or what can I do for my balcony in St Kilda? We can send anybody a list. Just send it, we're happy to do a list and help you out with your plant choices. So exactly. Now we have Paradise Blush. Now we've got, these are the same deal, they're $49.99. Now normally at $49.99 you'd be lucky to get something 2 or 3 foot tall in most nurseries. These are, I'm 1.8, these are well over my head, and they're only $49.99. And Paradise Blush is a beautiful camellia, basically a beautiful pink bud, and as it opens it becomes a soft pink, and then as the flower gets older it turns white. So you've got, and when you've got that mixture, when you've got buds coming, you've got flowers just freshly opened and flowers that have been open for a while, it gives you that tricolour apple blossom kind of look, and I love, it's probably my favourite. And I think that your pink and white in the middle of winter when it's cold looks much better than a pure white. A pure white can look a bit icy in the middle of winter, but this looks really, really nice. And for 30 of them available, $49.99, you cannot go wrong. $49.99, and we've got 30 of those available. So you could plant, now these are great for, grow them as a specimen, grow them as a pot plant, or grow them as a nice little hedge. They'll grow in the sun and they'll grow in the shade.
Beautiful. Onto another camellia, quite a few camellias, and this one you can make tea with, which is very exciting.
So what we've got here is a green tea Sesanqua, and we don't have too many of these here. We've only got 20 of these, so don't be greedy, just grab one of them. Now what your green tea does, it has the most beautiful, delicate little flower, and if you then smell that, their flowers are probably 3 or 4 or 5 weeks away, but if you then smell those flowers, the flowers actually smell like green tea, like they smell like sweet, heavenly, beautiful green tea. Now what you can do is that you wouldn't pick these now, you wait till springtime, and as they start to get, these need repotting and planting and fertilizing and that, but with a lovely repotted and fertilized, these will put on beautiful growth in spring. And if you want some, and there's nothing like fresh green tea. I've been in China and had fresh green tea straight off the bushes. And what you do is you get it, you microwave it, and you make fresh green tea, and it has a sweetness and clarity of flavour that you just will not get from a packet tea. So you'll really, but the thing is, you can enjoy the bush, you can enjoy the flowers, you can enjoy the plant, and you can enjoy the tea. And these ones here, your green teas, they're reduced from $49.99 to $19.99. But don't grab them all, just grab one, and because there's only 20 of them. So with only 20 of them, I'd love to see a few people.
Exactly. And I just want to quickly acknowledge Ilona's comment about there being an issue with our website. And just for any new people who have joined, our website has crashed. We think too many people have tried to go on it at once to get these amazing deals. So we do apologize. We're really sorry. Unfortunately, when you're doing something live, you also get live difficulties. And we are working on it in the background, trying to fix it up. You can still get these deals. You can call us here at the nursery, or you can come into the nursery. We're in Campbellfield, Are we going to keep these sales going after the live for the people who are missing out on it now, Chris?
Yeah, these sales go, each product will go until it's sold out. So we've really been selling, from our last live, we've been selling right through for the whole week. But you want to get in, like something like that green tea is not going to last. And this one here is not going to last either. This is your Gaura pencil pine, 8-inch pots, really nice size, lovely, luscious, green, healthy Gaura pencil pines. Now these ones, the sort of thing you put up the side of the driveway there, or you put them across the back fence and block out those units next door, or you can use them on the farm, put them up the farm driveway. They're tough as old boots. They very little water requirement. They'll stand up to wind, heat, drought, poor soils. Gaura pencil pine, what it is, they're the modern version of the old Italian pencil pine. Now normally most nurseries you'd pay $40 for something like this, and in our nursery we normally sell them for $29.99, but these ones here are $17.99 and we've got 30 of them available. So $17.99, 30 available Gaura pencil pines, beautiful healthy specimens. I normally, when I go out and buy them, I can't even buy them for that sort of money. So really, really good value.
Amazing. And we actually do we have a video coming out about the golden pencil pine?
Yes, we do. We do.
That's been coming out. Yeah. So then you can see it in action there beside a beautiful driveway. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next conifer.
Okay, so this is your Layton's green cypress. Now, Layton's green cypress, it's a hybrid cypress. It's been around for 50 or 60 years. And anyway, these ones here, normally you would be paying $8.99. These are only $6.99. Now the thing with your Layton's green cypress is that if you plant these, and they like to be planted properly, they like to be watered and fertilized, they hate grass and weed competition. But if you do everything right, and if you're buying a heap of them and you ask me, I can tell you exactly how to do these. But I've seen a person grow these 7 meters in 3 years. That's the best I've ever seen. But I've sold hundreds of thousands of these over the years to farmers and all sorts of landholders, and there is nothing better. If you want to block out the dirt, if you want to block out noise, if you want to block out something, and as long as you give them what they need, they're like a fast car. A fast car needs to be serviced, it needs to have its petrol, so these need water, they need fertilizer, they need weed control, but done properly, several meters a year, and a beautiful blue-green colour. And we've got them right now for $6.99. So if you need to, plant out a hedge of them or something like that, and we've got 30 of them available. We've got 30 available at $6.99. Fabulous buying. So jump in and grab them.
And the ones you're seeing just next to it are the ones in the 8-inch pot. So we have a 6-inch pot available and the 8-inch pot. Yeah. So just to the left,
so the 8-inch
on the ground is the 8-inch
pots. The 8-inch pots are an incredible $10.99, and they're 1 meter tall. So if you need to block somebody out, these ones here will get you started at $10.99. And I delivered 500 of these just yesterday to a chap in Shepparton, and He's got a lot of dust and dirt coming through the front fence, and he's going to plant them every metre right along the front, and it's going to stop that dust and dirt coming into his property. So they're really, really handy trees for tough sort of jobs and applications like that.
Beautiful. All right, next one is a Swain's Gold. That's the one that I was referring to before that we have done a video on. That's going to be coming out soon. There's a very beautiful driveway, and it's a very, very good skinny driveway tree if you just want to frame the driveway a little bit. Yeah,
so your Swain's Gold is a slower growing, less aggressive tree than your Gaura pencil pine. And anyway, these ones here are reduced from $29.99 to $17.99. There's only 30 of them available. So $17.99, 30 available. Beautiful to line a driveway, put them along the front fence, even grow them as a specimen in a pot. And I love the golden colour. They go beautiful with something like a red Nandina or something like that. And at $17.99, good sized plants. They're about 60 centimetres tall. $17.99, I think they're really, really good. And it's a beautiful, hardy, long-lived conifer.
So many plants, it's almost hard to keep up, but don't worry, once we get the website fixed again, all of these plants are going to be on the blog, so don't fret if you are like, wow, there's too many, how do I even choose? Don't stress about it. Let's go on to the next one.
If you're bored with Pittosporums and you're sick of lily pillies, and you're wanting something different, you want a green leafy lush hedge, this one here is called, it's a New Zealand plant called Broadleaf Mint, and it has a beautiful crinkly green leaf. It's sort of different to your ficuses, different to everything else on the market, and it's a fast growing tough evergreen, and normally they're a bit hard to get and they can be pretty expensive, and normally you'd pay $39.99 for a nice 8-inch pot like this, and right now we've got 30 of them available for $14.99. So $14.99 for a New Zealand Broadleaf Mint, luscious green, beautiful luscious green hedge.
Amazing. And if you have any comments or any questions, please do just comment below and I can ask it to Chris. I am keeping an eye on all the comments.
Yeah. Now bay trees, these are the sort of bay trees that you can use in your cooking, and it's an all-time Mediterranean style classic, and it seems that bay trees seem to be the tree at the moment. You just can't get enough bay trees, and people use them for hedges, they use them for topiaries, they use them as a specimen. They give that lovely Mediterranean flavour. They've also have a beautiful flavour and smell themselves, but they're very, very hardy, they're very easy to grow. Grow them in a frosty spot, grow them in a hot, dry spot, grow them almost anywhere, and they're almost unstoppable. Now, getting a bay tree at a reasonable price can be difficult, and normally for something like this you'd pay about $16.99, but right now we've got them for $10.99. So $10.99, and you've got a really decent size, 60 cent, a good start, and you can buy bigger bay trees than that, but say you wanted to do a big bay tree hedge, you didn't want to spend a fortune, at $10.99 you'd plant these about 1.2 to 1.5 metres apart, and you'd have a beautiful bay tree hedge. You'll find they're fast, they're tough, beautiful bay tree hedge in no time without spending a fortune. So $10.99, really nice size, 60 centimetre tall bay trees. Sounds
pretty good to me. Gracie would love to know, how close should we plant the broadleaf mint trees to each other, which was the plant before?
I'd go 1 metre apart.
1.5 meters? All right, great, Gracie, that is your answer there. Yeah. Let's go on to a thing called a little bun tea tree. How cute. Now,
everybody likes a little bun, and this one here is a beautiful, very classy sort of a thing. It's a white flowering tea tree that just grows into a little bun. You can clip it, but it's going to end up sort of 70, 80 centimetres tall, 1 metre or so wide. Beautiful, luscious foliage, lovely white flowers. Now, normally these would be a $16 or $18, $19 tree, $19 bush, and we've got them, the little buns, we've got them for $8.99. So $8.99. So you're getting that really, really cheap, and it's one of those, like what it is. The Australian natives have come of age. People are now breeding Australian natives that are small, that are neat, that people can put in their garden. It used to be that you'd buy some Australian natives, put them in the garden, and 2 years later you'd need a machete to get to the front door because they'd go so berserk. But these are beautiful, neat little shrubs, along with a lot of other beautiful natives. We'll have some more of them today. So little bun, white flowers, very classy, beautiful soft foliage, lovely little bun, and $8.99. So
amazing. And JC, we will definitely know as soon as the website is back up. Don't stress though, these sales are still going to be available once we end this live. Like Chris was saying, it's just until stock is out. You do have the option if you want to come into the store, or if you want to call up. Our number is 0393593331. If you also want to call us, we got staff here that can ring up a sale for you. Once again, we do apologize for the website being down, and yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, now what's interesting is that we normally sell, this is your Little Gem Magnolia, and we normally sell a Little Gem in a 10-inch pot for $69.99, but this grower has grown them bigger than normal, and normally this would be the size in a 12-inch pot. This is really a 12-inch pot size, and normally a 12-inch pot size is up around the $100 mark. So in my opinion, this is a $100 Little Gem Magnolia because of the size, and all of them are like that. They're like peas in a pod. This grower's got hundreds of them. He's released, he's got 40 of them available this week, and we're doing them for $49.99. So that's what, in most nurseries you'd get something half this size for $49.99, but we've got them this big. Really, it's an advanced size. It's a $100 size. Now, Little Gem Magnolias are really hardy, beautiful. They're probably the most popular magnolia in Victoria. They're affordable, they're tough. I can't remember the last time somebody came and said their Little Gems didn't grow. They seem to grow almost anywhere under any conditions. So if you want a hedge, a specimen, a screen, a pot plant, you can't beat the Little Gem, and you can't beat something this big for $49.99. So really fabulous value for $49.99.
I just want to acknowledge the other comments that are coming in. Any questions that aren't related to the growers sale, I'm not going to be asking today just because we simply don't have the time for it. We do run a live Q&A every Monday, 12 p.m. though, so that's more the space for you to come with your plant problems or plant questions. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's go on to the olive.
Okay, so this week, what it is that there's lots and lots of good olive bargains around in the growers' fields, but I picked this one out because it's kind of special. Won't suit everybody, but it'll suit some people. Olives are great for hedges. They're great as an ornamental plant. They're great as a pot plant, and lots of people buying them for ornamental purposes don't want to have olives. And if you don't want olives, here's a beautiful strong growing olive. This is called a Swan Hill olive, and we've got them. They're about 1.2 meters tall, beautiful strong healthy plants, and they're normally $34.99. They're $14.99. Really cheap. You can afford to plant a hedge. There's 30 of them made available there's 30 of them made available at $14.99. Swan Hill olive. It's a fruitless, fast-growing, beautiful, attractive olive tree. So great for ornament. And with olives, you can cloud prune them, you can toperize them, you can hedge them. They're very versatile. They have lots of horticultural and gardening uses well beyond growing olives for fruit. And so this week we're using the Swan Hill olive, $14.99. Great value.
Fantastic. On to the next one. And just for anyone new who's come in, we're having some website difficulties, unfortunately, but you can still call us up or you can come in store to get these great deals. These deals are going to continue after the live. It's an until stock runs out type of live. All right, tell us about this one.
Okay, so here, what we have is this is one of the new popular Pittosporums, and it's called Mighty Screen. Now, generally you'd be paying for a Pittosporum here that's over a metre tall, you'd be paying $32.99. We've got them for $14.99. So $14.99, and there's 30 of these available, so a couple of people can do a nice hedge. You plant these about a metre apart, but look at that, I'm 1.8, and look, it's up to here on me, and they're good, sturdy, healthy, strong plants, lovely root system and that. And these are capable of growing into a hedge of over 2 metres in 12 months. You need to plant them properly, fertilise and water them, but 2 metre hedge in 12 months. So if you've got to block out a neighbour or something like that, Mighty Screen, not $32.99 but $14.99, 30 of them available. So jump in and grab those.
These are just insane prices, aren't they, guys? Do we deliver to Bendigo, Chris?
Yes, we do. And you know, if you spend over $300, we do it for free.
And
we
how
do
good
it with
is that?
a smile in a beautiful covered van with a picture of me on the side.
Who doesn't want to do that just to see the picture of
Yeah,
just to see the picture of Chris on the van?
Just have that van come around to your house. Now, what I've got here is got Pittosporum tenuifolium Wonderscreen, but in actual fact, what we have here is green pillar. So green pillar Pittosporum, and this is a hard to get Pittosporum. You'd normally pay $30 for one like that. These are $14.99, and green pillar is famous because it has nice green foliage. It has an erect, it doesn't grow too big, it's very erect and upright, very neat looking one, very thick and bushy, very green. We've got 30 of those available for $14.99. Really good as a hedge, and also because it has such a neat shape, you can also plant them as a sort of a column in the garden, like space them 3 or 4 meters apart and use them as a sort of a nice evergreen column. So really handy in the thing, and it's just a small mistake, we'll have to correct that. These are green pillar.
Green pillar, not Wonderscreen, just in case for anyone that missed that. Also, just want to quickly answer Maz's question. How much is it for delivery to Werribee? It's the same thing where if you pay over $300, it's free.
$34.99, but spend over $300, which isn't hard. So what it is, it's if you spend over $300, we're free to Werribee. And you know we deliver down there 3 or 4 times a week, so you can get it quite quickly down there. And it's $34.99 if you want to spend less than $300.
Amazing.
And again, there's a photo of me on the side of the van looking fabulous.
Exactly.
It's worth getting it just to have that come to your house.
And also for the question of where is it being done at, so we are in Campbellfield. We're Hello Hello Plant Nursery. We're just off the highway, aren't we? We're quite close.
We're just off the ring road on Sydney Road, right next to Super A-Mart.
Yeah, so 10477 Sydney Road, Campbellfield. If you want to come in store and visit us, this sale is meant to be happening online, but our website is down, so it normally is online. Oh, the website is back up. Amazing. This is fantastic. So it is online as well. So how you get to the website is you go to Hello Hello Plants, and then you're going to go to Chris's blog, and the most recent article is the Growers Direct Flash Sale, and all the deals are there. So everyone, go back to the website now. You can start buying. All right, let's keep it going.
Okay, so now we have Thuya Smaragd Conifer, and normally you pay $22.99, and these are $17.99. Now your Smaragd Conifer, beautiful conical shape. Now that looks like you may have pruned it, but this one here has been grown naturally, never ever been pruned, natural conical shape, and these have lots of applications. They can be grown as a garden specimen. They're green and lush all year round. You can grow them in a pot. So if you want to, and they're wind hardy, they're very, very hardy, very easy to grow, and self-shaping into a beautiful pyramidal shape. But grow them as a hedge, grow them in a pot, grow them as a specimen, very versatile and nice, and beautiful big ones. This one here, this is like 80 centimeters tall and $17.99. So really fabulous value. And it's the sort of thing, a lot of people are landscaping on balconies and things like that in pots. In an exposed pot, this is a really good hardy plant to have in a pot.
Amazing. Someone wanted to know, why don't you come along with the deliveries, Chris? In person, you know, instead of just the photo, why not the physical real thing?
Well, I do it sometimes. The last 2 days I've delivered in all over the place, Shepparton and Dookie, and quite a few places. And actually I was thinking I need to do more deliveries. It was really fun going out and delivering to people and having them receive their plants, and they were surprised to see me out there doing it.
Well, there you have it. Maybe you'll be one of the lucky people. And Lily, we are located at 10477 Sydney Road in Campbellfield. 1477, sorry, Sydney Road, Campbellfield.
Yeah, and the funny thing was, and one of the main questions I got asked when I was out delivering yesterday, people would look at that photo on the side of the van, and it's more than a couple of years old, and they said, "How old's that photo on the side of the van?" Yeah, so people were very curious about that ancient photo on the side of the van. But anyway, what we've got here is your Viburnum. Now this is a form of sweet Viburnum, and this particular one has, you can't see it so much now, but when it grows in springtime, it has a beautiful coppery top on it. Now Viburnums, if you're bored with Pittosporums, sick of lily pillies, and you want to have something a bit different, Viburnums make a beautiful fast growing hedge. And the Coppertop is one of your sort of sweet Viburnum varieties. And normally you pay $29.99, and these ones are only $17.99. So $17.99 for a Coppertop Viburnum. So and they're about 3 foot tall. So 3 foot tall Viburnums for $17.99 is fabulous. We've got 30 of these being made available. So 30 of them made available. What are they? Sorry, I made a mistake. No, they're $17.99. So $17.99. So $17.99. 30 of them available. Really good value. These are a fairly new variety. But to get a 3 foot tall Viburnum, for under $20 is fantastic.
Incredible, yeah. So just confirming, that's Viburnum Coppertop for $17.99, normally $29.99. Now we're going on to the Crimson Century Maple in a 10-inch pot.
Yeah. Now here's something that I love to use in a lot of my garden designs. If somebody's got a fairly small garden and I want to put a couple of trees in that garden, like often people big 2-story houses, it really doesn't look good. If you don't have something that grows up nearly as tall as the house, but you don't want to block. And if you want something really skinny that doesn't block the house, this is it. Now this will be beautifully purple in springtime, beautifully purple in the summer, beautiful purple right through the autumn, and right at the end of autumn you get fabulous orange autumn colour and it falls. But they grow 5 or 6 meters tall, but with a little trim you can keep them terribly skinny. Just a beautiful column. So it's a maple, it's a Norwegian maple. It does a beautiful column, lovely colour. You can use it as an avenue, use it as an individual specimen, or as I do, use them, plant them in 2s and 3s and make little groupings out of them. And this is called a Crimson Century, one of my favourite maples. Now these can be terribly expensive. You know, something this size, you'd often be paying $100 or more, and we've got them here. We've got them here for
$49.99.
$49.99. So $49.99 down from $69.99. So everybody could afford to plant 2 or 3 of these Crimson Centuries and really put some vibrant colour into the garden. Beautiful, hardy, easy to grow tree.
Amazing. Do we ever deliver to Sydney? We got someone here who's from Sydney.
We do, but to make it viable, if you really want to order like a few plants, because the freight, you have to pay to send a whole pallet up, and you're spending about $400. But you can put $1,000 or more worth of plants onto a $400 pallet.
Okay, so if you are maybe doing your whole garden, Lily, maybe you could then get these amazing deals. I mean, you're saving a lot of money on these plants, but that is a shame that you're not in Victoria. All right, let's go on to another Japanese maple.
Say, for instance, I doubt if you spent a whole day shopping in Sydney and you went round to all the nurseries, I doubt you could find a maple like this one here for anything. Well, if you could find it at all for anything like the sort of money that we're selling it for here. This one here would be a 12 or 14-year-old maple. It's called Orangeola. It has beautiful colours in spring, beautiful colours in the summer, and amazing orangey pink autumn colour. And anyway, these we normally sell them for $500, but right now, how many we've got? We've got 6 of these available, and 6 of them are available for $279. So $279, incredible value. It's a work of art. It's been grown by one of the top maple growers. There's only half a dozen people in Victoria that can actually produce this maple. Only half a dozen people can produce the actual maple. And it's called Orangeola, beautiful maple, and $279 is unbelievable. And there's only 6 available, and it's cascading to the ground, all-time classic. And what you want to do if you buy this, you want to get a little bit of advice on just how to get the best out of it. You can grow it in a pot, grow it as a specimen in the garden. You can grow this up on your balcony, up 10 stories or something like that. It's only ever going to come out and come down. And quite hardy. I've got a couple of these right out, and I've had them in hot sun all this summer in big pots, and they've been really, really hardy and easy to look after.
But Chris, is this maple as beautiful as you in a pink tutu though? That David wants to know where your pink tutu's gone.
I don't think so. It would. That's why I'm not wearing the pink tutu today.
He doesn't want to outshine the plants, you guys. Yes, like it's about the plants today, not about the pink tutu. If you want to see the pink tutu, go to our socials. We did force him back into a pink tutu for some videos, so you can go, if you go scroll back on our Insta or our TikTok. Yeah. All right, tell me about this one.
Okay, here we've got something really wonderful. What's happened the last 10 or 12 years, nurserymen have been pushing bright red maples, and there's lots and lots of maples around. There's Ever Red and Jeffers Red and all these different red maples. And so much so that some people may have become bored with a pure red maple. And what we have here is a celebration maple. Now, what your celebration maple does, it's a tough, fast-growing one. It's very, very upright, forms a beautiful conical shape, great for a driveway, great for a specimen, great for a bit of shade. But what this maple does is when autumn comes, that's when it does its thing. It's not a pure red maple. It does yellow, it does orange, it does red, it does a whole mixture of different colours, and it's called Celebration. And what we'll do is I'll put some photos up. We haven't quite got it right on the screen here at the moment, but we'll put some photos up and show you just how multicoloured. So if you want a really classic multicoloured, not just one of these pure red maples, but if you want a classic multicoloured maple in a beautiful strong shaped tree, it's called Asa Freemani Celebration. Very unusual. And the grower has been growing these, and he said, look, it's time for you to unveil them to the public and make these available. So he wanted me to make them available. And these Celebration maples, normally $2.99, $169.99, and they're really good value. I reckon it's nearly a metre taller than me, so it'd be about 2.9 metres tall. Really beautifully formed, beautiful strong tree. So if you needed a specimen or an avenue or something like that, we've got these Celebration maples. We've got 6 of them available. Fabulous.
Only 6. You probably better get in quick if you want that incredible, beautiful tree. And autumn is coming up, guys. Summer is leaving here in Victoria, unfortunately. So if you want to have amazing garden autumn, you should get one of those.
Yeah. Now I'm going to tell you a great secret that not many people know about maples. Everybody wants bright red maples. Now, the thing is that what's been promoted and sold around all around Victoria is your classic Canadian maple, fabulous red maple. But I've got customers in say around Shepparton and hot areas like that, and they've bought the red maples and they've died. And when they've come to me and they said, Chris, look, my red maples all died, they're just a complete failure, and I check into it and they're in a really hot area, I believe that your purebred Canadian maple should only be grown, your purebred Canadian maple should only be grown in cool mountain districts like Bright, up in the hills and that, and not in the really hot lowlands. And in the hot lowlands, I mean like Essendon and places like that. So if you want to have a beautiful classic red maple, your Asa Freemani Jeffers Red is a hybrid maple. Most people couldn't tell the difference between this and a normal red maple, but it has a slightly different leaf. It has the silver underside on it. And the thing is, this has amazing red autumn colour, probably better than your classic Canadian maple, better autumn colour, but it's a tough hybrid. And if you live in a hot spot, a difficult spot, and it could be Essendon, it could be Sunbury, or it could be Shepparton, if you're in a hot spot, or Echuca, and you want a classic sort of red maple, don't buy your Canadian maple, buy your Jeffers Red. Now these Jeffers Reds here are a really, really good deal. Normally $2.99, they're $89.99. They're 2 metres tall, $89.99. A proper advanced tree for $89.99.
That's insane. That's under $100 for a tree that big.
2 metres tall.
That's pretty crazy.
But not only that, it's the right tree. It's the right tree. We've got 10 of these available, but this is the right tree if you're in a hot area. So if you want a red maple in a hot area, Jeffers Red, not Canadian maple.
See, this is why it pays to join our lives, because you get secrets like this that the general public don't know.
Okay. Now, I have people coming to me all the time and they said, look, we want a Japanese maple, but we want an evergreen one. And unfortunately, they haven't made an evergreen weeping maple yet. And so when people come to me and they want an evergreen weeping maple, I always suggest an Agonis burgundy. Now, these, when they're really growing in springtime and that, are really, really covered in beautiful burgundy foliage, and they weep. And you can trim them and they don't get too big. They're Australian native, and they're the closest you'll ever get to an evergreen weeping maple. They're nothing like a maple, but they weep. They've got colour in them. You can shape them, you can train them, you can keep them small, you can keep them compact. And I love the colour on them in spring. So beautiful spring colour. There's the colour, you can see it on the label there. There's the colour there. And these are nice advanced ones. They're probably the best ones I've ever seen for the price. Now, if you bought these for $129.99, you'd feel like you were shoplifting. I mean, they're really a decent size, but they're not. They're $69.99. And so you'll doubly feel like you're shoplifting.
It's really just like daylight robbery at this point.
It is, yes.
Are we not running out of loss right now, Chris, with these amazing prices?
Oh no! Luckily, we've got some growers helping us out. Now, so now we're at one of my favourite trees. Now, what it was, when I was a young man, I'd do the deliveries for my dad, and there used to be a real character down in Monbulk on the old Emerald Road. There, we'd call it a big old shed down there, and I'd call in there and drop off silver birches and various trees that come from my dad's nursery for this chap to grow, and his name was Jack Moss. Now, Jack Moss, great nurseryman, real character, loved a joke, loved a bit of a yarn, always a pleasure to drop in and drop off a load of plants for him. But one thing that Jack Moss did is he picked out a particular silver birch and called it Moss White. At any rate, and what's happened is over the years, people have seen how good the Moss White is. What happens, a normal silver birch could have a beautiful white trunk, and then as it gets older, it gets all black cracks and sort of black on it and brown and different colours on it, and it loses that pure white trunk. But your Moss White birch, which is Jack decreed was the best white trunk birch in the world, your Moss White keeps its beautiful white trunk, and there's one out the back of his shed. I mean, I go past it sometimes. There's one out the back of his shed, even today. It'd be 30 or 40 years since Jack's passed on. Even today, it could be 50, 60 years old. Beautiful white trunk, very few black cracks at the bottom. So if you want a strong, straight birch, now normally something 6 foot tall in a moss white, you'd be paying $150, $200. These ones here, and if you got one for 120 bucks, you'd be right on the money. But we've got these for $79.99. They're 6 foot tall, and in 3 or 4 or 5 years, the white trunk, that lovely, strong, upright tree, beautiful shape to them, much stronger than your normal birch. But in 3 or 4 years, that beautiful white trunk will knock your socks off. So if you're planting an avenue of birches, maybe you're doing a clump of 3 birches, maybe you're doing a copse of 5 or 6 or 7 birches, beautiful landscape tree, the moss white will give you the landscape edge. And that's the sort of thing you pick up from coming to us, is knowing which tree to buy. And what's good, at $79.99, you're also getting the price edge.
Amazing. We just have a question here from Belle. Now, I'm not sure if it's about the burgundy willow myrtle or the Jeffrey's red. Maybe if you could just answer for either one. She wants to know if we get the same colours growing them in Sydney. Same colours, maybe same... Do we get the same colours growing them in Sydney? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Would they be the same colour if they were in
Yes,
Sydney?
they will. Not where the Canadian red maple is not as good, but what you'll find is that the Jeffers red it was bred with it's bred from a silver maple, which does beautifully in Southern California, and Southern California would be climatically very, very similar to Sydney. So you do fine and get really good colour with a Jeffers red in Sydney.
Amazing. We do not deliver to Canada, unfortunately. I think the plants would look very squished and very sad by the time they got all the way there. If you ever want to move to Melbourne, I mean, that's always a choice. So sorry about that. All right. Someone wants to know if we have any hydrangeas that are going to be in this deal.
There's some beautiful hydrangea deals coming up, so just hang in. And we're going to do the hydrangea. But right now...
Soph wants to know, are they good to grow in Brisbane, the plant that you were just talking about? Which was, I believe, the moss white silver birch.
No.
Okay. Not good to grow in Brisbane.
There's a tropical silver birch, and I'll do them one day here. But if you go, Betula nigra is your birch for Brisbane.
Okay.
Which is not on today's menu. But now what it is, you're going to see a plant that probably... almost nobody's seen before. It's a brand new release, and it's from Osbreed. Osbreed bring out a lot of new and interesting plants, and this one here is called Pinky Pink. And if you've been admiring those purpley pinky kind of foliage crepe myrtles and thinking that you can't fit one in your garden because you haven't got room for another tree, this one here is a little mini bush. So you've got the beautiful purple foliage in a mini bush, and it has a lovely bright pink flower that contrasts beautiful. So this is called Pinky Pink because you've got pink on pink. So you've got a purpley pink foliage. So if you love pink, you're going to love Pinky Pink. And if you could grow this in a pot, in a tub, you grow it up on a balcony. You could grow it in a small garden where you can't afford to put another tree. So Pinky Pink crepe myrtle. And we've got the Pinky Pink. Normally $30 is $15.99. So $15.99, new release, very exciting. Pinky Pink, great for your garden.
Very stunning. We do have a limit on a live, but we're not done yet with all the deals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this live, and then I'm going to start another live. So everyone who's on this live, give it like a minute, and then just come back to our profile and just join again the new live, just because we don't want it ending suddenly. So sorry about this little technical difficulty. So I'm going to leave you now, TikTok. We'll keep going on the other platforms, but we're going to be back in just a moment. All right, keep it going, Chris.
Okay, so what we have here is everybody loves those magnolias. They go crazy. Every spring people go crazy for those beautiful sort of tree-like magnolias that are all through Melbourne with a big mauvey pink flower with a bit of white and mauvey pink in it, and sometimes you'll see them, quite large ones, in front of old houses with maybe 1,000 flowers. Well, I've got the ultimate one here. Now it's a little bit autumn colour, doesn't look that good at the moment, but this one here is called Rustica rubra. Now Rustica rubra has, my dad used to propagate a lot of these different sorts of magnolias, and Rustica rubra, in my opinion, is the pick of the lot. It has a big cupped flower, beautiful fragrance, masses and masses of flowers. It's a medium-sized tree. It'll grow 4 or 5 meters tall, 2 or 3 meters wide. It'll pack 1,000 blooms at a time, but they're enormous, amazing looking blooms, and probably one of the best. Now these rustic arubras here, you'd normally expect to pay $39.99. We've got them here 60 centimeters tall. They've been grown from cuttings, so where a lot of magnolias you might have to wait 5 or 6 years for flowers, I think you'd have to wait 1 to 2 years for flowers on these. So 1 to 2 years to get flowers. Rustic arubra, there's not too many available. We've got 30 of them, so 30 rustic arubras, and really, really good price. They're $16.99. So for a rare and beautiful magnolia that is, and it's going to grow in your garden for 20, 30 years, it'll be an all-time classic. You'll be saying, I bought this at Chris's live sale. Rustic arubra, $16.99. Years of joy to be had out of that at $16.99.
Amazing. And anyone who has joined new to this, basically what's going on right now is we are doing a sale like you've never seen before. We got some incredible deals from our growers and we're passing it on to you. The way that you can get it is by either A, coming into our store, we're in Campbellfield, B, calling us, or C, you can go onto our website, go to Chris's blog, and then go to the most recent article called Growers Direct Flash Sale. So shop online, come in store, or call up. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, what we've got here is a black tulip magnolia. Now, at the end of last winter, we shot a video, and I think it's had nearly 1 million views, and it's really, really
over
popular.
1 million, actually.
This is how many?
Over 1 million.
Over 1 million views. Now, this is what's great about this magnolia. Is there's lots of that's really great about it. What it is, it's a small tree. It's a small tree, and the flowers are the most amazing clear purple color, and it's a real squat tulip-like flower. Small bush covered in flowers. You can see that on the screen now, and it's called black tulip. Now these are normally hard to get, so normally it's not a matter of you don't people don't look for one cheap, and we normally sell them for $89.99, and these ones here are $59.99. They're 1 meter tall. They've got buds on them, so you're actually going to see some flowers this spring. So you can have your own purple tulip flowering this spring, and we've got 40 of them available. So it's quite a good number available. So you could plant 1 or 2 of these in the garden, no worries. So black tulip magnolia. And I think I love the old-fashioned magnolias, but of the modern magnolias, I think this is an all-time classic. I think this will be, for many, many years to come, this will be the magnolia that's really, really sought after. And often it can be quite expensive. They can often cost $100 or $200 in the stores, because these ones here aren't grown from cuttings, they're grafted, so they've been done with a little operation. There's only a few people who can do it. And so getting a grafted magnolia for $59.99, very, very cheap. So black tulip magnolia, fabulous vine. These are beautiful, healthy plants too.
So for $59.99, you're getting a plant that got over 1 million views. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Now here we have, I get lots of people in here looking for a native tree. Lots of people want a hardy native tree, but they want something sort of luscious and cool. And this one here, I mean, you just got to look at it, and this is actually named Luscious. It's water gum luscious. It's a really, really tough tree. You can grow it almost anywhere, up in the mountains, down on the flats, grow it almost anywhere. It's fast, it's big, and it's luscious.
Yeah, all right. Let's keep this show going. We've got a lot more plants we need to get through.
Yeah, okay, so your Luscious water gum, $34.99 normally. These are $22.99. So $22.99, really beautiful big plants for $22.99. You can afford to plant a couple of these, and we've got 30 of these available.
Amazing. On to the next one.
Okay, so what we've got here, people love these. Agastache. Now, Agastache will flower for 5 or 6 months of the year. This is Agastache Blue. Now, I was down at one of the big stores, not to be named, and they had a beautiful cottage garden section. And anyway, and I thought it was pretty good, because often the cottage garden plants, people are charging $16, $18 each for them, and they had them for $12.99. I thought that was pretty good. But right now, we've got lots and lots of cottage plants for $6.99. These Agastache Blues, at some places you pay $16, $18. Down at one of the big stores you could pay $12.99, but these are $6.99. So with this thing, you can put together a beautiful cottage garden.
Fantastic. All right, on to the next plant. We've got so many more, guys. If you want to see it, go on our website, go to Chris's blog, and
Yeah.
it is the Growers Direct flash sale.
These seem to flower for most of the year, and it's called Pink Thrift. You can do them as a border, do them as a specimen, grow them in a pot. Beautiful little plant, and as they develop, you get more and more of these beautiful pink flowers. And $16, $17, $18 at most nurseries. Down at one of the big stores, $12.99, which is a great price. But we've got them here for $6.99, not to be beaten.
Incredible. Yeah, doing better than the big store we will not name today. Onto another thrift, the White Sea.
Yeah. And here we have just coming into flower, $6.99. We have White Thrift. You can afford to do a border. You can put these right around the edge of your garden. Charming little white flowers, lovely fine grassy foliage, and not $18.99, not $17.99, not $12.99 like one of them big unnamed stores, but $6.99.
Exactly, incredible. All right, we got another white flower that's on the next list.
So here we have Bacopa. Now I love Bacopa. Bacopa, I'll just pinch it here. Beautiful smell to it. Lovely smell. Now what's great about Bacopa, now if you're putting a place on the market in winter or springtime, this basically where a lot of plants are dying off for the winter, your Bacopa is just coming on now, coming on strong, and it's going to grow and flower and grow and flower. And by the middle of winter, one like this will be as big as a dinner plate. Now most places, 14, 15, 16 bucks for these. And this one here is $6.99. So Bacopa, I think this one here is Abunda. Bacopa Abunda, $6.99, fabulous value.
That's pretty much the price of your coffee in the morning nowadays. So instead of a coffee, you could get a beautiful plant that's going to last you much longer than that.
Now, this is called birthday candles, and $30, $40, very hard to get. Often you can't even buy them around the trade. There's whole times of the year, I love using these in my garden designs, and there's whole times of the year where I can't even buy one of these. And right now we've got birthday candles, not $34.99, but $19.99, and they're a really good size. So really good size. Birthday candles, great low growing Banksia. It's a Banksia that's almost a ground cover. And you can get, we did some video of them in winter, and there were birds in them, and I reckon there was 50 or 60 flowers on each one in a garden. So birthday candles, masses of beautiful orange flowers, and lots of flowers. Really good value.
Fantastic. On to the next one, a cut leaf daisy purple. Beautiful.
So cut leaf daisy purple, this is a brachyscome, and these flower for most of the year, and they make a beautiful spreading plant, lovely in a border, lovely just to dot through your garden, and you can pay $12, $14 for them. Even that big store I think had them for $12.99, but we've got them for $6.99, and they're not skunty little plants, they're fresh. Well, what happens, people come in here, they buy them, we turn them over, so beautiful, fresh and healthy, and $6.99. And
so good. We got another brachyscome in a pink color. If purple is not your vibe.
Yeah, now these pink ones seem to flower all year long. Really heavy flowering, lovely bright pink, a different leaf to the normal brachyscome. And again, $6.99, great for a border, great if you love pink. Lovely bright pink.
Beautiful, yes.
So Calibrachoa, and this is a white Calibrachoa. Now what's good about it, you go down to a lot of nurseries and you find that Calibrachoas are old and tired and ready to give up the ghost. These are young and fresh, a bit like myself actually, sort of young and fresh and ready to go. Calibrachoas, actually not really a bit like me, but beautiful, fresh and white. And what happens if you put them in water and fertilizer and look after them, it's basically like a perennial petunia. It'll go year after year, and great for summer colour.
Now we know we're moving quite quickly. You can look at all of this on our website at your own pace, but what we want to do is just give you a little rundown on what's great about these different plants. Like Chris is just telling you whether it's hardy or it's great for a cottage garden or it's drought tolerant. Tell us about this convolvulus.
Okay, so blue convolvulus, what's interesting, when they had the drought and people weren't allowed to water their gardens, I saw lots of gardens where all the plants died except for the one of these, and it took over. So these sometimes called bindweed or something like that, but really tough. They'll cascade a couple of meters down over an embankment, really tough. And what I love to put these under iceberg, the blue ones, row of iceberg roses in my garden design. If the customer will let me, I'll put these underneath, and somehow the blue under icebergs or almost any other rose just seems to lift the rose. Beautiful thing to put with your roses. Lovely ground cover to put under your roses, but brings icebergs absolutely to life. Great to cover up an embankment, great to cover up an ugly wall. They cascade over the side, beautiful and blue. And what's good about these is that they flower from the middle of September till after Mother's Day. So flower and flower and flower and flower and flower. So blue convolvulus. Now, not everybody loves blue. And what we have here is a white convolvulus. Now, what's incredible, they're $6.99. $12 or $14 at some of the big stores, but $6.99. Now here you've got your white convolvulus. Now this is often quite expensive and hard to get, your white convolvulus. Flowers just as much as the blue one, but if you're doing a green and white garden or you just love a bit of white, white convolvulus does all the same things. Flowers from spring until autumn, cascades a couple of meters over a fence, grow it in a pot, grow it in a garden bed. Beautiful, long flowering, hardy, long-lived white convolvulus.
Stunning. Now this one is only $12.99, down from $34.99. It's Cordyline Electric Flash. Look at those stunning colors right there in the foliage. And what's great about a plant like this is that it's going to give you color all year in the garden. So although flowers are very beautiful, like with the convolvulus we just saw, it doesn't flower every single day of the year, whereas this has foliage every single day of the year. Tell us about it, Chris.
Yeah, also, look, these are a modern breed of cordyline. Now, where your traditional cordylines, you'd plant this cute little plant in the garden, and then this trunk would appear and it would go up into the sky and the little tuft of colour would be up in the air somewhere. These ones here are part of a new breed, and what they do is that they multiply from the base and they stay low. So this is a cordyline that doesn't get out of hand. Now what I often use this for in my garden designs is, I look at a lot of people want something exciting in a pot. I think because they don't grow up on a big trunk, they're very exciting to put as a colourful plant in a pot, and then you could put something like a silver dichondra or something weeping over the base. Beautiful colourful plant for a pot. But the thing is, there's probably nothing that you could buy anywhere in Melbourne at $12.99 that would be more exciting. So $12.99, more excitement for $12.99 to put in a pot, put in the garden, landscape, maybe putting a place on the market. There's some real excitement for not much money.
Amazing. And we got another cordyline, if that colour wasn't quite to your liking.
Yeah. Now Red Star, now a lot of cordylines get massive in the garden. Red Star is fabulous. It's going to stay fairly small. It doesn't get too big, and it has a beautiful vibrant red colour. And also some cordylines of this colour a bit in the winter. The Red Star maintains the right colour, looks good right through the winter, and doesn't get too big. So if you want a cordyline only grows sort of like this sort of height, fabulous. And these are only $8.99. So Red Star cordyline, $8.99. 30 of them available. Great way to colour up the garden, or grow them in a pot.
C thinks the red one is lovely too. It is quite nice. Here's a green one.
Okay, now this is very rare. And it's very rare and very inexpensive, only $8.99. 30 of these available, and beautiful, chunky, fat, little, short-growing green cordyline. So for people, not everybody wants red or pink in the garden. Sort of a nice, dramatic-looking green cordyline. Great little sort of smart specimen. Grow it in a pot, grow it in the garden. Really hardy and greener and lusher than most other cordylines. So it's called Pico Green Star at only $8.99.
And another cordyline.
And so this is Cordyline Week. This one here is called Pocahontas. Now this one was specially bred because this is the #1 one for maintaining really good colour through the winter. So if you're in a cold, frosty spot and where a lot of cordylines will get sort of dead tips and miscoloration and stuff on them, this is a strong growing, rich coloured, beautiful cordyline that's going to take the cold really, really well. And cordyline's never died from the cold, but they can discolour. And this one is the best one for maintaining its colour in cold conditions. And if you're perhaps doing up a house to get it on the market cheap, these are reduced from $12.99 to $8.99. So it's a big bit of colour for $8.99.
Amazing. I'd love to know which cordyline you're going to pick. Let me know in the comments what colour was your favourite of all those cordylines. All right, we're going away from the cordylines. Okay. We're going on to a coria.
Okay, the first plant, the first native I ever saw, my mum planted a coria in our front garden when I was a little kid, and I used to sit out there, just a little tiny kid. And what was interesting was I noticed that the honey eaters came to the coria, and there was always a honey eater, and the coria seemed to flower nearly all year, and there was nearly always a honey eater on it. This is a beautiful pink coria called Little Kate. Now, with these special varieties like this, you'd normally pay $16, $18. We sell them for $14.99, but you can get Little Kate and put them in your garden and bring the honey eaters around for $6.99. So it's a proper name coria. Beautiful little flowers, like you can see them there. So you might just see a couple of photos.
Beautiful.
There. Beautiful little flowers for $6.99. So Little Kate coria.
Amazing. The next one we unfortunately don't have in stock, so I can't show you the plant.
But
just picture it.
Yeah,
Chris will describe it.
Picture is a lovely lush green little plant, and it has chocolate coloured flowers, but that's not the amazing thing. The amazing thing is you bend over and you smell it, and it smells like chocolate. It smells sort of like almost like a nice dark Lindt chocolate. So beautiful dark Lindt chocolate, lovely smell. There it is there, and it smells like chocolate. So it's a great thing to get kids interested in the garden. You can say, smell this, and it smells just like chocolate. It's a beautiful long flowering hardy plant, and it could be one of those sort of expensive, hard to get things, and instead of paying $10, you're paying $6.99. Well worth adding to the garden. Great thing to get your children or grandchildren interested in plants, having them smell some chocolate in the garden.
Amazing. Does it taste like chocolate?
I haven't tried it.
Well, you've tried a lot of other plants, so maybe that'll be next on our list.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving on to a smoke bush.
Okay, now, smoke bushes have the most amazing autumn colour. This one here is called Cottonus Grace, and it has, when it's out, it's a bit green down here, but if you look at the top of it here, that's the colour that this bush will be when it's out in the open in your garden. It's sort of a pinky, purpley kind of colour, and it'll have a pinky, purpley kind of smoke, the flowers like a fluffy sort of smoke over the top of it. And then when autumn comes, it has the most amazing autumn colour. So the autumn colour is unbelievable. So, and now this, we would either describe this as a small tree or a very big bush. And by pruning, you can contain the size of it. So small tree or big bush, cotton and smoke bush, great way to get some amazing colour into the garden. And these ones here, normally you'd pay $40. It's a bit of a rarity, but these were $39.99. These ones here are only $25.99. So $25.99. Beautiful colour. Add some great colour to your garden.
Jay, I would like to know, is there going to be any Japanese box in this live auction? Is there any Japanese box? Let me have a quick read through the list.
Let's put some in. Right at the end. Last thing, we'll put some in for you.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
This is what's great about going live. You can convince Chris to add another plant to the sales.
Yeah, my daughter's got a nice big patch of them in her nursery. We'll put them up for sale.
Fantastic. All right, let's move on to the one that actually is part of the sale right now. Royal Purple Smoke Bush.
Okay, Royal Purple. Look at that colour there. Beautiful colour. So your Royal Purple, lovely strong purple colour. But what I love about the Royal Purple Smoke Bush is that when it's a couple of years old, it has these amazing clouds of purple smoke on top of it. It's like these fluffy kind of flowers, just like smoke. So beautiful purple foliage, lovely purple smoke. With a trim, you could keep it maybe 2 meters tall. If you don't get around to trimming it, maybe it'll be 3 meters tall. And we've actually put a shot of a beautiful big mature one of these up on the website, or up on YouTube. But anyway, so beautiful strong colour and amazing crimson autumn colour. So incredible autumn colour, lovely big bush or very, very small tree. And if you've sort of got a classic kind of garden and you want to add a real punch of colour, you can't go wrong with your Royal Purple Smoke Bush. Now your Royal Purple Smoke Bush reduced from $39.99 to $25.99. And these are cutting grown named. There are some seedlings on the market, but these are cutting grown name variety. Really good strong colour for $25.99.
Beautiful. And just for anyone who's new, sorry if you've been here the whole lifetime, I just want to make sure everyone knows where to get these great deals. You just go online, you go to Chris's blog, and then you go to the most recent article, Growers Direct Flash Sale. All of the plants are there, or you can call us up, or you can come in store. All right, tell us about this one, Chris.
Okay, Years ago, I used to have a product on the market which we called Bloomin' Box. And what it is, it's this white Cuphea here, or a mauve, we'll have a mauve one later, but you could use either one. And what it is, this has a beautiful fine foliage. It could be clipped into a nice shape, just like an English box. Now, I wouldn't grow this sort of in Shepparton or Ballarat or Bendigo, but in Melbourne, where it's a bit warmer in the winter, this will be fine. And water and fertilise it very quickly. You form a lovely box-style hedge with beautiful little starry white flowers. So Bloomin' Box or White Cuphea. And now mostly you'd pay 12, 14, 15 bucks each, but at $6.99 you can afford to plant a nice little box hedge of these available. And we've got 30 of these available, so someone can plant a beautiful little box hedge. And it's called, let's call it Bloomin' Box or White Cuphea.
Amazing. Here is just some water for you, Chris. You must be getting so thirsty from all this talking. I think we've been going for almost an hour now, guys. That is insane. So let's just give Chris a bit of a water break so that his voice is not dead by the end.
Now here we have Bloomin' Box. Now they put it down as pink, but I'd describe this as mauve. So this is a mauve Bloomin' Box. It has a bit of pink in it, but now you'll find this is a stronger grower than the white one. And it's got a nice sort of purpley tinge. Now, if you're growing these as a hedge, there's fairly strong growing bush. I think you could get away with 3 to the metre would give you a nice hedge. So, Bloomin' Box or purple pink Cuphea.
Beautiful, and that one is also $6.99.
Now, here's a really popular plant, hard to get. This would be something you might grow as a specimen in the garden. It only grows 1 or 1.2 metres tall. You can grow it in a pot, grow it in the garden. A beautiful, and if you crush up a bit of this, beautiful citrus smell, lovely lemony citrus smell. Grow it as a pot plant, grow it in the garden, and it's called Wilma, and it's a beautiful little compact cypress. It's a form of Macrocarpa cypress, but it's golden and it's miniature, and it's a really interesting, lovely plant. And crush up a bit and get that beautiful citrus smell. Now these are normally quite expensive. $29.99 would be a good price to pay for an 8-inch pot. We've got them right now for $17.99 and only 30 available, so jump in and get 1 or 2 of those.
Amazing. Hi JR. So how you order these plants is you can either call us up and just talk to the staff about which plants you want to order. You can come into the nursery. We're located in Campbellfield, Victoria, or you can go online to hellohelloplants.com. Go to Chris's blog, and then it's the first article called Growers Direct Flash Sale. And on that article is going to be every single plant that is on sale, and you can just order online. Then we have another question. How tall does the lemon-scented conifer grow?
Only about 1.2 or 1.3 metres, and you can trim it and keep it even smaller if you want. Loves a trim. Amazing.
Yep, JR's going to be ordering now. That sounds fantastic. We hope you enjoy these beautiful deals. All right, tell me about the Seaside Daisy.
Okay, the Seaside Daisy, I think that's one of Victoria's most popular plants. I'll tell you a little story. I once had a lady, and she negotiated with me. She was a hard bargainer, and she bought 600 or 700 of these. And I said, whatever would you do with 600 or 700 of these? And she's just built on a 1-acre property out in Sunbury. And she said, I'm going to put them up along the driveway, up all my pathways, and around everything in the whole garden is going to have these going around it. At any rate, I drove past there 6 months later, and her place was absolutely gorgeous. The driveway, all the pathways, everything on a 1-acre block was lined with Seaside Daisies. So Seaside Daisies, much lower maintenance than any other hedge. Great low border. You can put Seaside Daisies around anything, and where your normal hedges need trimming all the time, Seaside Daisy will get away with 1 hedge and one trim and 1 feed a year. And they flower for 8 or 9 months of the year, so long flowering, low maintenance. It's a border that you can step on, and it just goes down and pops back up again. Plant 3 to the metre, but Seaside Daisies, grow them in a pot, grow them anywhere. Masses and masses of flowers. Nothing probably gives you more than a Seaside Daisy with less effort. So really beautiful classic plant, and we're talking at one of them big stores. I saw them there. They were $12.99 for a nice plant like that. Ours are even fresher because they turn over at $6.99.
Amazing. It's kind of like Voldemort. He who shall not be named is this big store.
That's right. Now, what happened is Danae and I were out one day doing some videos, and we found the most beautiful bush just covered in fabulous pink flowers. and we had to Google and try and find out what it was, and we did a little video on it, and I've since fallen in love with these. This is called Pink Al, and it's an Escallonia, and they've really just come on the market, and these flower for a good 5 or 6 months of the year. You can use them as a hedge, use them as a lovely little round bush. They're a beautiful little round bush. Use it as a little round specimen. Have it as a pot plant. Grow it up on your balcony. Loves a hot sunny spot. Tough as anything. Escallonia, takes the frost. And beautiful soft pink flowers. And these soft pink flowers are for months and months and months. Now naturally, if you're doing a hedge or having this as a specimen, you can keep it anywhere between 80 or 90 centimetres at about 1 or 1.2 centimetres. So it's not a big plant, it's a lovely small Escallonia, beautiful pink flowers. Now these are normally a little bit pricey, and I was a bit surprised I think the grower might have wanted to sell them. Normally they're big bucks. Now beautiful big 8-inch pots like this one here, lovely plants like that, are normally $29.99, and they've been reduced to $19.99. So $19.99, great value. I think you'll find there's people selling those in 6-inch pots, tiny ones, for more money than that.
Insane. All right, there is a beautiful, beautiful bush.
Yeah. Now I love Gaura. Now Gaura is sometimes called a butterfly bush, and if you look at these flowers, they're like little butterflies. Now your Gaura comes in different coloured flowers and different coloured foliages, and it's a very giving plant. You plant one of these, give it a bit of a trim, give it a bit of a feed, and it will flower from the end of September till into June sometime. So flowers and flowers and flowers and flowers. Looks wonderful with roses, beautiful in a cottage garden. Grow it in a pot, and you can get them in pinks, and you can get them soft pink, dark pink, white. This is a beautiful deep pink here. And you know, you could go down to your local nursery, 16 or 18 bucks, go to one of them big stores, $12.99, and here they're $6.99, and they're fresh and they're beautiful. They're probably better than what you'd get at any of those other stores. Because we sell them so cheap, they tend to turn over.
Oh, they're definitely better. Talking about the other colours, we also got the white on offer.
Yeah. Now this is a pure white. Often when they say white, you get a pink bud with a white flower, and it's a bit sort of pinky white. This is a beautiful pure white, and it's $6.99. Does everything the pink one does, but does it in white. And lots of people are looking for nice white flowers because it's kind of, it goes with your Hamptons look, it goes with your sort of your classic garden look, is to have a beautiful white flower. And this is a white Gaura, and we've got beautiful healthy plants, and they're $6.99. So $6.99 for a beautiful white Gaura.
Fantastic. Onto a Grevillea is up next.
Okay, so now this is kind of hard to believe. Normally you'd be paying $30, $40 for a nice big Grevillea. Grevillea is a little bit hard to propagate, often expensive. Now this is one of your all-time classics. This is called Ned Kelly, and it has a beautiful sort of red bottle brush type flower. It's a fairly big grower. It'll grow up sort of my height with a bit of trim. You'll keep it a little bit shorter than that. But Grevillea Ned Kelly, and we've got them at a crazy price of $16.99. So $16.99 for a 3-foot tall Ned Kelly Grevillea. Beautiful solid plants. Going to look great in the garden straight away. Really out there doing things for $16.99.
Fantastic. I'd love to know what plant you got your eye on. If you want to let us know in the comments, what's been your favorite deal so far? What plant are you loving the most? All right, tell us about this type of Grevillea.
So probably your all-time, I'll just unveil this flower here, your all-time classic Grevillea is called Robin Gordon. So Robin Gordon, and this is probably one of the most favourite ones. And for a nice big one like this, you'd expect to pay $40, $50. But we've got them for $16.99. Lovely big 8-inch pots. Only a limited number available. And then I think one of my favourites is we've got Superb coming.
Amazing. Robin wants to know who's more iconic, Hello Hello or Frank Walker. I think the answer's clearly us.
Yeah. I think it's us,
and Tracy wants to know if we send to New South Wales. Just explain again what we explained before.
Well, little bits and pieces we post. We do post to New South Wales, and then where we fall down is just if you wanted 1 or 2 Robin Gordons, because the freight's a bit high. But if you wanted a garden lot, you'll find we're quite economical. We can do like $1,500 worth of plants on a truck pallet, around $400 into Sydney. Mm-hmm. And there's two things. There's two advantages that Victoria has over Sydney. Is first of all, Victoria has an amazingly big range of plants available because we've got such a vibrant industry. And secondly, because we're south of the border, the real estate's cheaper, the water's cheaper, we're cheaper, and the plants are cheaper.
Amazing. Robin says his favourite plant was the robin plant. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And we are located in Campbellfield, Victoria, Australia.
And I never got the Superb, which just disappeared, has a beautiful orange flower, and it's one of my favourite grevilleas. Beautiful colour.
And you can see the beautiful orange flower just on the screen behind Chris.
Yeah, there's your Superb there. Beautiful flowers. And now here we've got one of my favourite plants. This is called licorice. And,
yes, licorice.
And basically, licorice is a very versatile and useful plant. I've seen people put in a hanging basket with petunias and it pops out everywhere and gives off this fabulous silver vibe. But I've used it as a hedge, I've used it as a ground cover, I've used it, and basically it's very, very fast. You have to trim it or it will get out of hand. But if you need to get some silver in your garden, and this can be a little bit hard to get, and right now we've got your licorice for $6.99. So it's something you'd normally pay 12 or 14 or 15 bucks for, but $6.99, and these beautiful little plants are going to take off and grow like crazy. And you can do a silver hedge, a silver block, a silver sculpture, a silver ball, a silver anything with licorice.
And if you're curious to see how these plants look in situ, we do have so much content online. Best to look at our YouTube channel, just search up the plant name and you can see videos of it literally in people's gardens, especially this licorice bush. There's a fantastic video of it. All right, tell us about this hydrangea. So whoever asked about hydrangeas, here they are.
Yeah, and what it is, we've got some great prices, but also some of the, what shall I say, sexiest hydrangeas available. This one here is called Annabelle. Now, Annabelle will just have masses of beautiful white balls. Annabelle's incredible. It has quite a different leaf, so it has a different leaf with a different vibe, and masses of white balls. Loves water, loves fertilizer, loves shade. But Annabelle, for mass planting, would be one of the most spectacular hydrangeas. White flowers, and these are beautiful big plants here, and $50 would be cheap for a plant like that. So $50, that's what we normally sell that for, and these are $25.99. So $25.99, that's half price basically for beautiful big plants. And if you plant these and look after them, these will give you lots and lots of flowers next spring. So Annabelle hydrangea, probably one of the most beautiful hydrangeas of all.
Fantastic. On to another hydrangea.
Now, the next one is probably one of the most popular hydrangeas. This is your white ball hydrangea. Now, the big leaf, big white balls. These white balls can be probably 25 centimeters across. So big white ball, fast, tough, fairly big hydrangea, and normally quite expensive. And right now, instead of $16.99, you'll pay $10.99, and they're nice big plants. And they're set to flower next spring. So flowers next spring, $10.99, and it's the white ball hydrangea.
Beautiful. And we got one more hydrangea for you. So 3 different types of hydrangea.
Right, so here we've got freshly potted in 8-inch pod. We've got probably the most sought after hydrangea on the market. This is called Sunday Fraise. Now, Sunday Fraise is a paniculata. It's probably the best hydrangea. If you want to grow a hydrangea in the sun, you'll have to water it more in the sun than you would in the shade, but with plenty of water, this is a hydrangea you can grow in the sun. It's also a hydrangea you could train into a tree. Like what's famous in your Hamptons is that people have tree hydrangeas as a specimen. They grow them up on a trunk and have them bush out as a big head on top. And this is probably one of the best ones on the market to grow in the sun. It's probably one of the best ones for you to trim and train into a tree hydrangea. And this is called Sunday Fraise. And normally 50, 60, 70 bucks. They're normally expensive. They're normally very, very hard to get. And we've got lots of them at $24.99. So $24.99, never been done before. Sunday Fraise hydrangea.
Beautiful. And how long does Annabelle flower for?
It will flower for about 4 months.
Very good long time. Great. All right, let's move on to the Loropetalum.
Now, in recent time, Loropetalums have become really popular, and particularly your purple and red ones, because they provide year-round colour. They're evergreen. They're evergreen. They have beautiful flowers in spring, but beautiful, if you get a purple one, you've got beautiful purple or red foliage, right 365 days a year. So when people come in and say they want colour all year round, Loropetalum is one of my go-to plants in my garden designs. This one here is called Bobz Red. It has a beautiful red spidery flower, lovely fine foliage, small grower. If you want one that doesn't grow too big in your garden. Now what's the price on this is almost, we probably shouldn't even be saying it on here. It's almost criminal.
Chris is already having second thoughts.
This is like a $30 plant, and they're on for $11.99. Now, most nurseries couldn't even buy them for that price. Even that big store probably can't even buy them for that price. But basically, $29.99. Oh, no, $11. Sorry, $11.99.
Sorry, Chris suddenly has jumped up the price. He's reconsidered, guys.
Yeah. So $11.99, Bobz Red. Now, rare as anything, this is Bobz White. Beautiful white flower, lovely green foliage. Not everyone wants purple or red in their garden. We've done a video on this where these make the most beautiful trimmed up green balls. So you can make a beautiful trimmed up green ball, almost like a sort of a box ball, but with these beautiful little spidery white flowers.
Let's just lift that one up a little bit higher, Chris, so we can see it even better.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You could trim this up and you could make this into a lovely ball with lovely spidery white flowers. And this, you know, for your classic garden, your classy garden, for your Hampton style garden where you don't want purple, here's the Loropetalum for your Hampton's garden. White flowers, beautiful two-tone green foliage, lush, dense, really nice choice. And this is called Bobz White. And again, the price on this is $11.99.
Insane. Maybe you should get in quick before we change the prices. We're just kidding. We're not going to change them. But that is an insane deal that you're not going to be getting again. Yeah.
Now, the most popular Loropetalum on the market is called Plum Gorgeous. This is Plum Gorgeous here. Beautiful big foliage on it. Lovely. This is beautiful colour. Lovely big pink flower in springtime. Now, you can grow this in a pot. You can clip it into a cone, clip it into a ball. It clips up, clip it into a hedge, clip it into anything, keep it low, use it as a ground cover. It's very, very versatile. The colour is fabulous. It grows quick. It grows easily. Bit of good soil, bit of water, bit of fertiliser. And this is called Plum Gorgeous. Now, advanced ones of these normally cost over $100. We normally sell them for $89.99. Right now, we've got them for $69.99. So if you want a real feature in the garden, something big and beautiful, or maybe you're going to put it in a pot, you want a beautiful, if you've got a lovely light green pot and you put this in a pot, it would be absolutely gorgeous. And at $69.99, it's a beautiful instant feature. Loropetalum Plum Gorgeous, 12-inch pot, $69.99.
Beautiful. All right, moving on to a Nandina Moon Bay in a 6-inch pot.
So Moon Bays are very, very tough. You know, like if you've got a factory, a hospital, a university, you want some colour, you want lovely balls out the front, and you want to have year-round colour, your Moon Bay Nandina is hard to beat. And these ones are impossible to beat because we're selling them. Normally these are a $12 or $14 plant. They're not an expensive plant, but we've got them for $7.49. So if you're a property developer, you're doing some units or something like that, you need some tough colour Moon Bay Nandina, you can't beat it. And for $7.49, you can't beat that either.
Gia, who wants to know what the cost of the Magnolia is. I'm not sure exactly which Magnolia you're referring to, so if you just hop onto the website, go to Chris's blog, and then you look at the first article, which is the Growers Direct Flash Sale. We'll have all of the prices there. And for anyone, because we are moving quite quickly, we got a lot of plants, we got 33 more to go. Don't stress, it is all online, all on the website. So you can just take a look there to see what all the prices are.
Now, what we have here is Nandina Blush. Nandina Blush is a product from Osbreed, and it's a special Nandina that exhibits more colour all year round than any other Nandina. The main reason people buy Nandinas is for colour, and this one's called Blush, and this really delivers the colour. Now, the thing is that if you go online and check, most nurseries will be selling a Nandina Blush, a little tiny one in a 6-inch pot, one that you need special glasses just to see it, a little tiny one like that. You'd normally expect to pay 18, 19, 20 bucks for them. Now these ones here, your Nandina Blush, we're giving them away in 8-inch pots, beautiful big ones. Look at that lovely colour, beautiful big ones. If you're putting a property up on the market, you need something big and bushy and colourful and instant. We've got these in big sizes. Now normally you'd pay about $40 for something like that. These are $13.99. So $13.99, best Nandina deal around. And it's not just your common dwarf Nandina, it's the Nandina Blush, which is one of the really special Nandinas. And there's only a limited number available.
Beautiful. And how tall does the Moon Bay Nandina plant grow as they want to block out the neighbours?
No, you need something. You need to talk to one of my staff and they'll help you get something that'll block out the neighbours. Unless your neighbours are dwarfs, it won't block them out. They only grow 45 centimetres.
Just chat to us. We do have screening options that are part of this sale. Gee, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. So if you do just want to hop over to the blog, we've already chatted about some great screening options, or you can call us to get some help.
The Sublime Lily Pilly would be a great option.
Perfect. All right, tell me about this Nandina.
Okay, what we have here is a rare and special one. One you'd normally expect to pay $16, $18 for. It's got a really special deep colour to it, and it's called Obsession. Lovely fine leaves, very, very interesting texture to it. And we'd normally sell a little one of these for $14.99, but these Nandina Obsessions here are $8.99. So $8.99 for one of your special named Nandinas. Nandina Obsession, $8.99. Beautiful plants.
Perfect. All right, moving on to an evening primrose in a 6-inch pot.
Okay, so if you were to get some romance into your life and some romance into your garden, there is nothing better than an evening primrose. Look at these beautiful...
And Valentine's Day just came and went.
Yeah, and if you're lacking romance, you need evening primrose. You might even need half a dozen evening primroses.
If it's particularly sad.
Yeah, that's right. So evening primrose, normally $14.99, and they are $8.99. Oh no, that's Nandina Obsession evening primrose. $6.99. So $6.99. And what's great about evening primrose is it will flower. They start flowering in October, and they flower right through to May, and they have masses and masses of flowers. I can't believe how many flowers they have. The funny thing is they're just not flowering, but these are young plants, they're not flowering much today. And we have them in pink, and then we're going to see them in white.
Beautiful.
So if you've got if you need some romance in your garden, or romance in your life even, and you're doing a sort of very classy style garden and you want pure white flowers, we've got the evening primrose in pure white. So this is lovely big white flowers, size of a 50-cent bit. Lots and lots of white flowers for months and months and months. Pure white flowers, lovely green foliage. Evening primrose in white. So get some green and white romance into your life.
Beautiful. All right, moving on to an apple blossom carpet rose. Now this is a great option for someone who wants low maintenance flowers.
Yes. Now carpet roses were 20 years ago, most popular plants on the planet, sold all over America, sold all over the place, and we're going to offer the 3 most popular ones. Now, apple blossom, I'm finding with the Hamptons garden that's very, very popular at the moment. Apple blossom is a great one. It's a beautiful pale pink. Here it is here. Now, the thing with carpet roses, what happened is that the breeder bred wild roses with modern roses, and he made a super duper tough rose. Now, these well watered and fertilized are evergreen. They'll flower for 6 or 7 months of the year. Beautiful soft pink flowers and lots of flowers. They just flower and flower and flower. These are just baby ones here. And the other thing is, not only are they expensive, but they can be hard to get these days. And what we've got is where 6-inch pots can cost $22 or $23. These are 8-inch pot apple blossom, and they're $19.99. So $19.99, and you've got beautiful apple blossom.
Beautiful. Now we've got another carpet rose.
Now this is the carpet rose that swept the world. I love it. Not everybody can handle it. It's a very bright, very bright pink, almost a reddy pink. Now this is a very strong grower. Lots of times I'll sell 200 or 300 of these at a time to a property developer, and they'll put them all at the entrance of a big property, and it flowers for 6 months of the year, and evergreen, and the pink flowers. You know, the property developers love it because the pink flowers draw the eye. So if you've got a petrol station or you've got a shopping centre or something like that, and you need some bright pink, you can't beat this one here. And also, doing a Mediterranean style garden and you want a bit of real colour, hard to beat this one here. And this is the strongest, fastest growing one. Now, one thing that I've seen, I've once seen a plantation where people put the white. I love the white one, I love the soft pink one, I like the dark pink one. They put all 3 of them together in a mix, And you know, it looked absolutely fabulous. The dark, the light in the middle, you know, really, really fabulous. But if you want to, and this dark pink one here, in the main street of Emerald, they've planted Dioides butterfly grass, which is a beautiful white one, very, very tough. And this one here, they've mixed them together. And you know, the white, and they flower at the same time, and the white and the dark pink look fabulous. And also, where the other place that I'll use this dark pink one here is with lavender, summer lavender, like a hit coat or an English lavender. If you put this pink one here with it, the blue and the blue of the lavender and the pink of this one here, absolutely fabulous.
And we're selling that one for only $19.99, normally $29.99. Here is the white one that is also for $19.99.
Now this is the number one seller, is your white carpet rose. Now we deal with Sanctuary Lakes, and Sanctuary Lakes have put them on every single roundabout, and they've got dozens of roundabouts, and they plant up to 1,000 at a time on a roundabout, and they've been planting them down there for about 30 years, and they've got these 30 years old putting on an incredible show every year. They cut them back hard every winter, they feed them, they water them, and it's amazing to drive around Sanctuary Lakes and look and drive around some of the roundabouts. They're big, generous roundabouts with maybe 1,000 white carpet roses all around and maybe 10,000 flowers at a time, flowering for 6 months of the year. For mass landscaping, it's hard to beat. So often when I get people in and they've got a beautiful big property and they big driveways and things like that, I'll use 100 or more white carpet roses to just dress the place up, and almost nothing does a job like a white carpet rose. And these are we normally sell the 6-inch pot for $22.99. This is the 8-inch pot, 2 or 3 times the size, big healthy plants, $19.99. And so that's a really fabulous price.
Amazing. And for anyone new who's come in, the way that you can grab these incredible deals is by either calling us, coming in store, or going onto the HelloHelloPlants.com website, going to Chris's blog, and then to the most recent article, which is the Growers Direct Flash Sale. We have all the plants listed there, and you can order online, and we offer 3 delivery when you spend over $300. And let's keep going on to this beautiful salvia.
Okay, so here we have salvia. Now I love the smell of salvias. They all smell wonderful. Now what's great about salvias is they're really, really tough, and they flower for most of the year. So flowers for most of the year. This is a medium to large bush. Flowers for most of the year. Beautiful flowers, sort of purpley blue flowers. And it's called Anthony Parker. Really, really hardy. Now, if you've got a country garden and you're doing a cottage style garden, even if you've got a big garden in Melbourne, a lovely rambling garden, this is a beautiful big flowering bush. Actually, we stopped and we did a video of one of these on somebody's nature strip the other day, in amongst some grasses and things. Looked absolutely fabulous. So tough, easy to grow. Anybody can grow it and get beautiful flowers. Anthony Parker. And this is the sort of thing you go to a specialist nursery, 16, 18, 19, 20 bucks, $6.99.
Fantastic. And just to reiterate, this is 100 plants that we have for incredible deals. So massive, massive sales. So if you're about to start a garden project, couldn't have had a better time.
Now this is a Mirage Pink. It's we've got a soft pink one as well, but this one here, $6.99. Now this will flower for about 9 months of the year, and what's good about this particular salvia, it's got that lovely salvia smell, beautiful pink flowers, and it grows about 50 or 60 centimetres tall and flowers for about 9 months of the year. So evergreen, beautiful long flowering. So if you've got a salvia that's fairly compact, maybe you've got a smaller garden, you can't beat this one here. It's a Mirage salvia, this one here, and very, very long flowering.
Incredible. All right, moving on to cotton lavender in a 6-inch pot.
So everybody would tell you that cotton lavender only has blue flowers. This one doesn't. This has yellow flowers. It's a brilliant silver foliage, very, very tough, takes very arid conditions, small to medium bush, little yellow button-like flowers, very, very hardy, often quite expensive, often $15, $16, $17. We've got them for $6.99.
Fantastic. And moving on to the Bronze Glow Woolly Bush in an 8-inch pot, normally $29.99, and we're putting it down to $19.99.
Actually, they're going to slip this in first.
Oh, sorry.
So this
skipped one. My bad. I was too eager.
This is great. This is a Scaevola. Now, Scaevola are Australian native, and this one here's going to, as it develops, going to get masses and masses of blue flowers. Beautiful, hardy Australian native ground cover. Put it in a native garden. or put it in the cottage garden. Beautiful little ground cover, and put it around the borders, around the edges, and masses of flowers for 5 or 6 months of the year.
Amazing. Now it's the woolly bush, my bad, guys.
Okay, now woolly bush can be quite expensive. These ones here are 60 centimetres tall. They're a bronze tip woolly bush, really, really lovely. And these are the sort of thing you can put into any garden, including a native garden. They are natives, of course. And what's great is the price. These ones here, normally $30, are only $20, $19.99. So $19.99, and they're a really good size, really good size. You could plant a border of these along the edge of your garden. They're tough, they're drought proof, really, really easy to grow almost anywhere. And at $19.99 for such a big bush, fabulous value.
Beautiful. All right. We're starting to almost get to the end of the live, guys. So just keep tuned about all these incredible deals and finding out about what plants are great for what situations.
Foxtail ferns. Now what's interesting about foxtail ferns is we grow these in the middle of a hot sunny paddock in Shepparton. They full hot sun, no worries. Really, really hardy, but it's delicate and beautiful, and you can grow these in a pot, grow them on your balcony, grow them in your modern garden, mass plant them. Foxtail ferns, fabulous modern style plant, but tough as old boots. You know, really, really tough. They grow them in the sun, grow them in the shade, grow them wherever you want. They'll perform beautifully. And the thing is, a lot of people come in here and say, oh, I'm glad you got some foxtail ferns because they're so hard to get. I just can't get them anywhere. We grow thousands of them. And not only do we sell them, but we sell them cheap. These ones here, 8-inch pots, normally you pay $40, $50. These are $19.99. So $19.99 for an 8-inch pot, beautiful bushy plant, really great value.
Fantastic. Now we're moving on to blue chalk sticks in a 6-inch pot.
Okay, so chalk sticks can be hard to get, and they actually look better if you take the flowers off them. Anyway, so this time of year is their worst time because they have the flowers on it, but this is your chalk stick here. Now your chalk stick is as tough as tough as tough. Lovely bit of bright blue to it. Lovely bit of bright sort of silvery blue. Grow this where you can't grow anything else. Really, really, and it brings a sort of a difficult site to life. And you could plant that with other tough plants like Lomandra tunica or Myoporum urina, you know, it's nice ground cover, or Lomandra tunica is a nice grass. But you can use it in a modern style garden, use it in a native style garden. But if you need something really, really tough, it's hard to beat the chalk stick. Maybe around your factory or your shopping centre or your petrol station, or even around your units or flats. Very, very tough and very economical. I forgot to say the price. The price on that
is $6.99 down to $5.99.
Yeah, so $5.99 for big bushy chalk sticks.
Beautiful. All right, here is Green Wave. Normally $26.99. What is the price on this one now, Chris?
$17.99. Now, what's good about these is that you can clip these into a ball. These are Australian native. They're going to grow about 1.5 metres tall into a big fat round ball. Really, really tough. Grow them anywhere. I was thinking you could, I was delivering some plants the other day to a really dry, desolate place. So I thought, what a fabulous thing. You can green it up by putting half a dozen balls of this around it and make it really look lush and alive. So clip them into a ball, almost a natural ball, and green and lush and beautiful and really, really tough. Lovely texture to them and nice and cheap for $17.99. So $17.99.
Beautiful. All right, next up we've got Dichondra Repens in a 6-inch pot.
Now, if you've never done shoplifting, see if at this temperature, these are going out for $2.99. Look at the size of that there. Beautiful, green, lush. And people use these. They use them as a lawn. They use them as a ground cover. They use them around their stepping stones. But you've never had better value than this for $2.99. Dichondra Repens. If you've never done shoplifting, here's your opportunity. Buy these for $2.99.
Beautiful. And here is its cousin, Silver Falls, also a Dichondra Repens, if you want to have a bit of a contrast to the rest of the greenery in your garden.
Now, nothing is more versatile than your silver dichondra. We grow them in the middle of a hot sunny paddock, but they'll grow in deep shade. That's them there. Here's what you can do with them. You can grow them as a hanging basket. Say you bought some of those electric flash and you put them in a dark pot, plant them underneath your electric flash and have them cascading over the side of your dark pot. Every week I'll do at least one garden design where people have got maybe a stone wall or a timber wall, and we just want to break it up a bit, so we dot them along the wall and they cascade over the wall. Grow them as a ground cover, grow them as a silver lawn, grow them around your pavers. So you've got some beautiful dark pavers, grow them around your pavers, but silver dichondra, grow it everywhere. It's a strong grower, beautiful silver foliage, and don't pay $14.99, $10.99. So $10.99 silver dichondra, fabulous value.
Beautiful. We're going to speed through these last ones just because we want to try and keep this not too long. So let's charge through these next plants.
So one of the most sought after plants around is your tractor seat. Your tractor seat, you grow it in the shade, it gets great big leaves the size of a dinner plate, looks absolutely fabulous, really great for a modern garden. Don't put it out in the sun. And if you go around the industry, you'll find they're normally expensive and hard to get, and we've got them for $14.99. So nice size plants for $14.99.
Just keep it going. So here's a beautiful tractor seat.
So next we've got the Irish moss. Now the Irish moss is bring the Irish moss out. That's
no, we're next with lime lava.
Yeah, actually what we're going to do is the lime lava. So we do the lime lava. So your lime lava is a moss-like plant. It's an Australian native, and you grow it in the hot sun. And you can grow it in your Japanese garden, grow it in your modern garden. It gives you that beautiful soft green moss-like effect, and very, very popular at the moment. And we have got them for, at the moment, they are $8.99. So $8.99 lime lava.
Beautiful. And now we're going to look at the gold Irish moss and the green Irish moss, both in the same container there. So you can see the colour difference. Almost
direct from Ireland, we have our Irish mosses. Now, Irish mosses give you a similar moss type effect, perhaps a little more shade tolerant than the lime lava, but this is a beautiful golden one. These grow into a lovely round ball, and this is your green one here. Both wonderful plants, and at the moment, they're only $3.99. So $3.99 you get that beautiful moss-like effect in your garden, and at $3.99 you can afford to mass plant them.
Great. And for anyone who's come in, the way that you grab these deals is by heading over to our website, going to Chris's blog, and then heading to the first article, Growers Direct Flash Sale. All the plants are there. You can order online, you can come in store, you can call us. All right, tell us about this white creeping thyme.
So white creeping thyme flowers for about 4 or 5 months of the year. You can eat it. It's actually a herb, tastes real good. So there's your white thyme there. Now you can make a lawn out of it. You can put it in a pot, put it in a hanging basket, have it cascading over the side. Beautiful fine white flavours, beautiful thyme-like aroma, lovely thyme-like flavour, but beautiful and intense white flowering with beautiful green foliage, very classy, very good for, say, around the pavers in your Hampton-style garden or your classic sort of green and white style garden. White thyme, make a border out of it, whatever, fabulous.
Amazing.
And we've got them at the moment. White thyme
for $6.99.
$6.99.
Beautiful. Here is Elijah Blue.
So Elijah Blue. Now what it is, there's a lot of inferior blue fescues on the market. This one here is the best one. Beautiful blue foliage, and it's on special for $8.99. So $8.99, and you can have the very best. This one really stands out in the landscape, much better than your common blue fescue. So blue fescue ain't just blue fescue. There's named blue fescue, and it's much, much better. Much cleaner, much nicer.
Amazing. Yeah, make sure that you're getting the right one there.
So Tom Thumb. Now, if you want an alternative to English box, Tom Thumb. Now, Tom Thumb, particularly if you're in a very hot area like Shepparton or Yea or Seymour or something like that, Tom Thumb, frost hardy, doesn't discolour in the winter, stronger, faster growing in English box, and we've got them for $6.99. So $6.99, so pay not much more than you would for an English box, and have a really, really frost hardy, drought hardy, heat hardy, poor soil hardy, strong growing, and use it as a hedge, use it as a ball, use it in a pot, but really, really tough, particularly for difficult sites.
Beautiful. All right, moving on to the next plant. We're wrapping this up quickly, guys. We've got a
Australia's
Tanika.
#1 selling ornamental plant, Lomandra Tanika, speaks for itself, grows knee-high, lovely soft foliage that moves in the wind. Really, really tough. They grow around hospitals and universities and freeways. but it's the #1 selling ornamental plant, and we've got them for $12.99. Beautiful, lush, healthy plants for $12.99, normally $15.99. So now's the time to stock up on Lomandra tunica.
Amazing. And for anyone who is a bit confused, when you go to our website, we have this section along the top that's like shop plants, garden advice, service, and then Chris's blog. All you need to do is click on Chris's blog, then you click on the Growers Direct Flash Sale, and that's where all these deals are. All right, tell us about this plant.
Okay, this is a black Genoa fig. Now, some figs have no flavour, but your black Genoa has a rich fig flavour and lots of sweetness. So beautiful fig to eat, very prolific. If you plant one of these, grow it for a couple of years, you'll just be flooded with beautiful figs in the summertime, and they fruit for months and months and months. And this one here, normally you'd pay a fair bit of money for a fig tree. Normally these little ones are $14.99. Right now we've got them for $8.99, and you're 2 to 3 years away from a big harvest of rich flavoured black figs.
Amazing. Do we deliver to Perth at all, Chris?
No, not really.
Unfortunately not. Sorry about that. All right, tell us about this apple.
Okay, so what we've got here is we've got a miniature apple called Bite Size. So this would be a great one to grow for your children or your grandchildren. Hey, even good for yourself. Lovely little apple. And sweet and beautiful, miniature apple. Now, normally you pay 50, 60, 70 bucks for a small apple. These are a metre tall, and they're $10.99. So $10.99 for a Sweet Cheeks apple.
Beautiful. And we got another apple as well for sale, $10.99.
Now, this one here is a crisp pink apple, which is really a miniature pink lady. So crisp pink apple, miniature pink lady apple. Pink lady apples are probably the most popular apple. So here you've got a mini pink lady, which is called a crisp pink, and you'd normally expect to pay 30, 40, 50 bucks, $10.99. So $10.99. This grower really wants to clear a couple of these.
Yes, and for who commented that it's cheap and very good prices, it is indeed. These are crazy prices, guys. This is cheaper than you'll find anywhere else, plus still keeping that great quality. Someone would just like to know if we can get these in Sydney. Can you just explain again the delivery process?
We can, little bits and pieces we post to Sydney. Post is a little bit expensive, a little bit unreliable. If you're after a whole garden lot, we can send a whole pallet up to Sydney quite economically. And best, if you want to do something like that, talk to our sales staff. You won't really work that out on our website.
Exactly, so just call us up and chat to one of our staff to let them know. Tell us about this blueberry plant.
Okay, blueberries are fantastic. I love to eat blueberries. Now what's interesting, what people don't know about blueberries is, did you know that they're a beautiful bush? Like, they're worth, even if they never had a berry, they have lovely autumn colour, really attractive small flowering bush, kind of like a bit like an azalea in a way. But anyway, these blueberries are normally pretty expensive when you go to buy them. We've got them down from $19.90 to $8.99. So blueberries, $8.99. And this one here is called Blue Rose. Now, it's best to plant a couple of different blueberries to get them cross-pollinating. And here we've got another blueberry for $8.99.
Beautiful.
And this one here is called Blueberry Sunshine Blue. So Sunshine Blue, beautiful big blueberry, lovely tasty blueberry. And now with blueberries, you grow them out of the hot afternoon sun in some really nice soil. A bit of pine bark's good to mix in with your blueberries. But blueberries, $8.99. You can put them, they love a bit of shade, so you can put them under the fruit trees in your orchard is a great idea for your blueberries.
Did you mention they have incredible autumn colour? And especially with autumn coming up soon, you're going to want it.
Yeah, blueberries, beautiful flowers in spring and lovely autumn colour. Now here, citrus, you know, you go down to your local nursery, all the citrus trees are 50, 60 bucks, starting up to 100 bucks or something like that. These are only small ones, and they're only going to stay fairly small. And these are, you know, like they're only going to grow past 1.5 metres tall, a little bit miniature. And this is a Tahitian lime. Now it's interesting, I've been buying limes to put in my avocado, you know, in my guacamole. And over at Coles, they're costing, or one of the big shops, they're costing 50 and 60 cents for a little tiny limes. You could grow your own limes here and save yourself a fortune.
Yeah, with this cost of living crisis, it does pay to start growing your own food, because who wants to pay that much every single time?
Now, if you want lemons all year round, there's only one lemon tree to plant. If you live, now basically you don't do these one north of the divide, but if you live south of the divide, anywhere sort of in coastal Victoria, the best, the agriculture department said this, the best lime is a Tahitian lime. No, Tahitian lime. The best lemon, sorry, is a Eureka lemon.
We're moving so quickly, guys. All right, we're here onto the lemon tree.
So your best lemon is a Eureka lemon. Eureka lemons, not too many thorns, nice big fruit, not too thick a skin. It's the perfect lemon. And once you get a nice big one established in your garden, you will have lemons every day of the year. So you'll be able to walk out any time you want and pick yourself a lemon or two and have lemons all year round. Nice big growing tree, lots and lots of lemons.
Beautiful. And we got another lemon tree up for grabs as well.
Now you've got the lemon, and these, the lemon, all your citrus are all $15.99. So you've got lemon trees and lime trees all $15.99. Now we've got a Meyer lemon. Now a Meyer lemon is a very old Australian hybrid between an orange and a lemon, and when you taste it, it's got the rich flavour and the same sharpness as a lemon, but not quite as sour as your normal lemon. So it's a sort of an in-between kind of a lemon, and great for kids' juices. So you'll find that people who can't normally drink a lemon juice could drink a Meyer lemon juice. So Meyer lemon is kind of your slightly sweeter, juicier, thin-skinned lemon, and very much biased. The fruit is biased to late summer, autumn, and into the start of winter. And I always think that if you've already got one lemon tree, your second lemon tree should probably be a Meyer lemon.
Definitely. And as someone who does have 2 lemon trees and our second one is the Meyer, it's very nice having this sweeter lemon, and you can use it in different recipes, which is really wonderful. Well, we now have the Japanese box that we've added now wild card because someone asked if we could have it, and we love to please the people. So here's a Japanese box, also part of the sale.
Now, Japanese box normally $10.99, but we're putting these on special for $7.99. So $7.99, 6-inch pot Japanese box. I'm going to make 100 available at that. Now, Japanese box is a lighter green than your English box. It's faster growing. So if you want to grow a big ball or a taller hedge, you see a lot of Japanese box when you're going around Sydney or Adelaide. Not so common in Melbourne, but you see hedges that are 1.5 and 2 metres tall, whereas you'd seldom see an English box hedge that big. So Japanese box, much faster growing than English box. Lovely sort of round leaf, bright green foliage, so quite different to English box, and lovely for shaping into a ball. And they're becoming quite popular in Melbourne, and we'll do these lovely strong specimens here for $7.99. So $7.99 Japanese box, and we'll make a couple 100 available.
Amazing. And that draws us to the end of our live. Whew, 100 plants is a lot to get through.
I think that was 101, wasn't it?
Well, that's true. It was 101 actually. Well, we hope you enjoyed every moment of it. We know that there was a lot of information to take in. So of course you can go to our website and just peruse at your own pleasure. Look through what there is. Obviously we have information on every plant on our website, but we also have so many videos. If you head over to our YouTube channel and you just type in the plant name, then you can, sorry, I'll just get to the questions in a minute. Then you can see more about it being in situ. You can see what it looks like maybe when it's in flower or when it has autumn color or spring foliage, that sort of thing that you just can't necessarily see right now. Did we have any dwarf crepe myrtles part of the sale?
Yes, we did. Pinky Pink.
Okay, Pinky Pink. Oh yeah, we did the Pinky Pink with beautiful pinky purple foliage and pink flowers. So you're getting double the pink power. Yeah.
Could I just say something about dealing with us? We have 6 beautiful big vans with me on the side. And what's interesting about that is we do, when you spend over $300, we do free delivery all the way up to Traralgon. And if you're up in Bansale for a little bit extra, we'll take it out to Bansale, but we have free delivery right out to Traralgon. We have free delivery up a little bit north of Shepparton. We have free delivery out to Bendigo. We have free delivery down to Ballarat, and we have free delivery to Geelong and just beyond Geelong. So we've got free delivery over most of the populated area of Victoria when you're spending over $300. And if you spend less than that, we've got very reasonably priced delivery. Then you can order and come and pick up in store. Now, we've got the best stocked retail nursery in Melbourne. We'd have over 150,000 plants in stock today. So if you order something, we want to wait till we'll send you an email and tell you when we've got your order assembled and ready. We have a pickup area, and you can come in and say, look, I've got a pickup, I've just been notified it's ready, and you can come in, and that's a great opportunity to come and peruse our nursery. So it's a great excuse to come across town or come from the next suburb or whatever, and come and have a look at our nursery. Now, our nursery is so good that people actually come from interstate, and lots of people come from country towns like Warrnambool and that, and they'll come to buy their plants with us. So I did 2 deliveries in Shepparton yesterday, and both customers had come in and perused the nursery and bought their plants. So the pickup's a great chance to come and peruse your plants here. Then if you're not sure about which plant or how many, or say you're that person who wanted to know what would block out the neighbours or something like that, you can ring up and talk to our staff, and they can lock up a deal with you and provide you with these flash deal prices. So you can get these flash deal prices over the phone, or you can come in and buy, or you can order and pick up, or you can order over the phone or online and get it delivered for free over most of Victoria.
Exactly. And if you're looking at these plants and you're going, I don't even know where to get started, I want all of them, I don't know what to do, we offer a free garden design service when you buy your plants with us. So you just need to give a deposit, but you get that deposit back on the plants that you buy. So to do that, you just go to our website, go to our services, and you book a garden design service. And so that way you can get a professional expert help, which will be Chris, who can then help you design your garden and bring it to life, just so you're not panic buying everything here and trying to stuff it all in and it doesn't look that good. But we hope you've loved this live. We do think Victoria is such a beautiful, booming horticultural industry, and we are very lucky to be here in Victoria. So if you have any questions, anything you need help on, like Chris said, call us up, come in store. Everything that you need to know, all that information is on the website, which you can just see on that back screen there. Growers Direct flash sale just on Chris's blog. And I think we're gonna leave it there, guys. I think we've been with you for long enough, 2 hours. We'll let you go on with the rest of your day, and we'll go on with ours. And we're so excited to see all the beautiful plants that you buy.
And I just want to thank my staff. This has been a mighty big production. I didn't really give them the details of this till sort of like Wednesday morning, and they've done an incredible job. They've made the videos, they've put the page up, they've done an incredible job, and I doubled the number of plants over this week over last week, but I couldn't help it because the growers are offering me so many plants. They're quite keen to sell at the moment, so they offered me such a big range. We sort of had to do it, and my staff have done an incredible job putting this together so that we could deliver it with all the information and prices and everything correct. So thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll be in touch soon. We've got a live Q&A Monday, 12 p.m. If you've got any questions, come to that live Q&A. Any plant problems you have, anything that you're interested in, come there, and we'll see you around.